3, 2.
Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You are now tuning in to episode 45 of the Off the Menu podcast. I am your friend, your host, Key, here with my brothers, my co-hosts, Moose and Tay, and a special guest, a very special guest. I am happy to introduce to you Leki, Delk, entrepreneur, tattoo artist, DJ, go-getter, big stepper, going crazy.
Jeez,
Man.
I was hoping I would have got the gunshot.
Oh, you're going to get him right here.
Don't worry.
And as always, before I forget, we got IT technical support in the back. Sifu Yin going crazy. Let me get you yours. I'm gonna get you the silencer.
Is that a silencer or a ray gun?
That's a ray gun.
It says
It says silencer, but it's a ray gun,
It's definitely
dude.
a ray
It's
gun.
Zombies.
Yeah, bro, that ain't no silence.
Yeah.
The chest at the top.
That was like Perfect Dark back in the day.
Well, welcome back, y'all. We're in episode 45 of the Off the Menu podcast. Once again, we're happy to be here. We're actually excited for this episode, of course. We have Mr. Leki Delk.
Oh, yeah.
What up,
crazy.
Leki? How you doing?
What up?
Man, for those of you guys don't know, I've known Leki for quite some time now, and I've always kind of looked up to him
Yeah.
in a way because he was one of the very first guys to start his own business that I saw growing up, and then take what he loved and move into his passion, and then move into work. And not only that, he created multiple work ethics throughout, and like not just tattooing. He did a bunch of other stuff on the side. We'll get into in the podcast, but
Of course.
so I'm happy to be on this episode with him.
Of course.
Yeah, I know, same. I've known Leki, I don't even know how many years now. He knew me when I was like a young little boy.
You knew me when I was a young little boy.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get this started off. For our viewers, who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Leki Delk. Delk just kind of comes from our alias from when I used to write graffiti.
Okay.
I used to coattail my brother. He was growing up in the hip hop scene, and so just big brother, little brother. I was coattailing him, and just that's kind of where I picked up with a lot of the art craft and all that. So I was always surrounded by art my whole life, and which eventually led into like DJing, and then after graffiti, it was like just everything, man. All the elements, you know what I mean? I think like b-boying was everybody's first back in the day.
Of course. Yeah,
so like
of course, definitely.
but yeah, just always been involved in hip hop, art, and all that. So
It's dope.
and eventually that's what pretty much led to what's unfolding for me during these days.
So it started with graffiti, and then you said
b-boying, bro.
okay, b-boying.
But
Same.
I was just playing around.
As far as the art goes,
Yeah,
graffiti, that's where it started, and then moved into the tattooing stuff. Is that what inspired you to start getting into tattooing and all that?
Yeah. So I think I got more into murals before I got into tattooing,
Okay.
because just some of my mentors that were part of ARS and just some of the big heavy graffiti crews out here. I was always just coattailing them and all that stuff, and so that just kind of led from one thing to the other. You know what I mean? One of my friend's little brothers was getting into tattooing, and I think he was getting ready or something, and I was just kind of chilling out, and he was drawing something for his appointment, and I was looking at it, I was like, hey, you about to tattoo? You know what I mean? He's like, oh yeah, and I was just like, let me check it out, and then I kind of see what he was putting together, and I was like, well, you drawing that? That's whack, you know what I mean? So I sat there and I drew with him for a little bit, and then I think that kind of led to like him thinking like, hey man, I think you'd be good at this, and so like when he had bought a new setup, he gave me some of his old stuff, and back then like YouTube wasn't even around or anything like that, so when he gave me his equipment, it just kind of like collected dust for like a good year, and then that show Miami Ink first came out. And so my cousin and I, we were just kind of hanging out, and we started talking about tattoos, and then next thing you know, we were like driving around looking for supplies and all that stuff.
Dope.
And then just from there, I told him just give me a minute because I wanted to practice on myself first, because I felt like if I was going to ruin somebody, I'd rather be at me.
Do it on yourself.
Yeah,
first.
right. And so, and then after I got that out the way, I just, just saw like, I'm like, dang, how do these guys get these like crisp, clean lines and these like saturation, all that stuff? And I just kept becoming obsessed, and yeah, just from there, just
Learning
invited to
more. And
just continue to try and grow and learn
dope.
and just yeah.
How long has it been since you started tattooing too? Like when was that age when you started to grab your own equipment?
Shoot, so professionally, it's going to be about 15 years in May.
Damn.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's
15
amazing.
years.
Yeah, man. And then, like streetwise, I think I had like 2 years before that. So, yeah, it's getting
Just in the
close.
basement type shit.
Yeah,
Tattooing the
yeah,
homies and stuff.
Yeah. You got to start somewhere. And
Yeah.
back then too, like internships were really tight. You know what I mean? Like you really had to like know somebody to get in. And I didn't know anybody, so I just came like, I mean, I just fresh off the streets trying to like ask everybody like, hey, you guys interning? You know what I mean? And like they kind of look you up and they're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, nowadays it's a mainstream. It's an industry now. You know what I mean? So you can get in anywhere as long as you find somewhere, get in to fit in.
Let's
Yeah. Well, everybody has tattoos now.
Yeah. It's more
Not
accepted.
everyone.
Oh,
This guy-
I'm about to get one. Don't worry.
No, every time that we have like a design and he thinks it's tight or maybe he's just trying to gas us up, he's all like, "I'm gonna get that shit tatted." He's probably said that probably for what 4 years now.
Yeah.
Ghibli across the
Ghibli.
Hey man. I want to do a poll. Is this Studio Ghibli or Studio Ghibli? Let us know in the comments. Who
Well,
told
it's
you?
Studio Ghibli.
No man,
It's whatever you
I don't
want
believe
it
it.
It's whatever the creator calls it.
Yeah.
It's Ghibli.
You said, wait, what did you call it?
I
Ghibli?
said Ghibli.
Ghibli? Oh,
yeah,
I swear
it's
to God,
Ghibli
it's
then, bro.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, it's Ghibli to you. There you go.
You got to get that tattooed right here, just with a J.
I brought all the stuff, man. You want to go grab it real quick?
Oh,
Yeah, first
that would have been
tattoo.
hilarious to do a live tattoo while doing the podcast.
Oh, that would have been nasty.
I got it in my car, man. Lay it out real quick.
You get it, Moose? You want off the menu tattoo right now?
Oh,
Wait,
we got to really make it. We have
Gotta
to
really make it first,
Dude, that's just gonna be a reminder. Like, remember off the menu.
You can get it covered up later.
Oh, yeah. I know, off the skin, huh? Later.
It'll just be a broken heart right there.
That'd be hilarious. How we did make it is a broken heart on the bottom. Well, anklet just hanging there.
It's like we were 300 subscribers deep, man.
So before you got into tattooing, you were into the hip hop stuff, and you now make your own mixes under your alias, the DJ Delk, right? On SoundCloud. You guys check that out too. He sent me
Going crazy.
He sent me one last
Yeah.
night, and I was just like, God damn! Every time I listen to it too, it just like, if you want to go on like a roller coaster ride of like nostalgic music,
Yep.
listen to what he's putting out, because you're gonna be like, man, I haven't heard that song since I was like in my dad's car in like '99 or something. And I'm like,
that shit
whoa.
was really groovy, bro. That shit was
Man, that's how you know
groovy,
I'm
groovy.
getting old, because I be listening to those songs all day, man. So they stay in the playlist, but
He's like, what? They're old?
yeah, I know. I was like, geez, I thought this was all top 40 right now.
Top 40. Oh, hell no.
But so how did you start getting into that?
So 97, I think, is when this is funny, man, because so my brother and I in elementary, my brother used to play saxophone, and I used to do, I think it was one of the other, he had the saxophone, and then I had a keyboard. And so
Going crazy.
yeah, so well, kind of, right? You know what I mean? Like, but just, yeah, no support, you know what I mean, growing up. And you just kind of get caught up in other things and stuff. But it was always there. And so my brother, he came across some Newmarks, and he went and pawned his saxophone. And so we went and swapped it out and got another instrument, you know what I mean? So that's when we got our decks. And then we just started collecting vinyl from there. So I think that was either 96 or 97. So, but I know, like, I was DJing from like 97 to like 2001. 2001 is when I started following
Dope.
up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want to
so-
rewind back a little bit. You said you had no support. Was that like from your family, from the people around you? What do you mean by
More inspiration, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause,
Inspiration,
Like, you walk
okay.
around with a keyboard and then like, you
Yeah.
know, nobody's really vibing and stuff. So like,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, nowadays though, like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, now you can do it. You can take anything anywhere, and people
Yeah,
will love
yeah.
it.
yeah?
I definitely plan on revisiting that though. Like my kids are getting a lot older and they
Yeah.
don't really require our energy around a lot.
Right.
So definitely going to take some lessons again. So
My hat's to anybody that knows how to get down on the keys, man.
Oh, me.
Any
Like,
instrument,
anybody,
dude.
any
instrument's
instrument for
crazy.
sure, but the
keys,
piano,
yeah.
man, going.
My
crazy.
left hand don't work like that. I'd say it all the
Yeah.
time, and well, every time I try to figure it out, I'm just like, man, there's no way. Maybe if I actually sat down, maybe took some lessons, I can figure it out. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's all
how I
just
feel too.
conditioning,
Yeah.
man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
My
it's-
hand-eye coordination not there, man.
mine's there. I play a lot of video games, so
We have no excuse.
yeah, we had no excuse. I should be able to play play music
But the
too.
thing is, I struggle even on the YouTube tutorial when they have like the notes and
Yeah.
when to time it, and I put on the slowest fucking speed, and I'm still struggling. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know you could do that. I'm just like,
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to keep up, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, honestly, man, there's no excuse, bro. Like if you want to get it, then go get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You always hear that cliche stuff where it's like, you're your only limits and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's true. You know what I mean? So like you said, maybe your left hand's not, you know what I mean, moving the way you want it, but you can condition it. You know,
Get it there.
Yeah.
put in
Right.
the hours and put in the work. And
I think
eventually
that
hand's gonna be
there.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, muscle
take
memory.
over,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
This
Yeah.
is the same thing, but like even because I have to look at it too. Is the way is like I picked up basketball pretty late, but I figured out how to shoot a basketball and how I like preferred way of shooting it. I can pretty much do that probably with my left hand playing the piano or any instrument actually.
Right.
Oh man, yeah, never mind. I just lied. I played basketball forever and I suck. Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm
That's
good.
fine, too.
I'm not good.
you guys are right.
Tay's a good coach. Tay's a good coach.
I'll give you like 2 threes a game, a foul. I'll foul out before I even make a three.
And with what you just said too, I feel like our generation, like we have no excuses if we want to learn something.
No,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
We can
Exactly,
learn
yeah.
whatever.
We live in
Yeah,
the
it's all in the
digital
palm of your
age,
hand.
the day of
Yeah.
We had
live in
YouTube
the-
University the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's us 100%.
Yeah.
Even more so
Yeah.
now, you can watch a 30-second TikTok video and learn this shit.
That's
Right,
true.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. I
it's
even use it
crazy.
just like fixing small things in my vehicle. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, I could Google anything. Google. I can Google like literally anything and then just figure it out.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah, for real.
Like
feel
today,
like-
dude, it was crazy. I was watching a video and you can pop the cupcake tray cups out of the trays.
didn't
They're
know
meant to
that
come
shit.
out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, there's no way that no one knew this when we were growing up. But we just left it the way it was. And then
yeah.
somebody's on the internet today was like, damn, how old were you when you figured out that you could pop these out?
I hate those videos
Yeah, for real.
because
huh?
you're like, damn, for reals?
Yeah, you feel like you've been missing out in life. Like the oven, like you ever notice with that like bottom?
Yeah,
components for it?
that's
Like,
crazy.
You found that's like the store, like your.
That's where we put the pots and the
That's
pans
what I'm
and
saying.
shit.
Like right, like dishwashers were like extra rack in the house. You know what I mean?
it's to
Like,
heat your food. It's so crazy.
Wait, it's what?
It's supposed to leave your
It's
food
to heat
warm.
your food.
It's not
Yeah,
to
that's
cook
what
it. It's supposed to
I'm
keep
saying,
it. It's a
Supposed to
food
heat your
warmer.
casserole and shit. We were putting pots, pans, and lids.
I
and
got
shit in
lids
there.
all upside down in there.
I got pots in mine.
yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Like our dishwashers are all like coffee storages and like extra tissue storages. Stuff like that.
It's crazy, man.
I'm fucked up.
The age of information.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah.
Like how right now they're showing how to purposely use a straw, and it's supposed to be bent upside down, so it can get the whole
Okay,
bottom.
stop, bro. You
no,
fucking me up, bro.
no
Stop,
way.
bro.
Shut
you
chill.
poke the
fuck
hole
up.
or whatever. You put the straw at the bottom of your cup, and it has to have the bendy part going down.
I don't want to hear
so
about
much
this.
Yeah.
more sense.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
What
wait, so
the hell?
the bendy part is supposed to go
Yeah.
in
The
inside
bottom.
first.
Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't even
Damn.
use straws, man. That's crazy.
yeah.
My family's always like, "Ew, Dad," you know what I mean? Maybe don't wash the dishes. So I'm like, man, that's why I'm never sick, man. Like, but yeah, I don't use straws or anything like that, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shit.
Crazy.
So you had your little venture from 97 to 2001.
that's right.
What did you get back? When did you get back into it? Now.
I'll tell you how I got out of it, and then I'll tell you how I got back into it, which was, you know how our conversation at Auntie's house about
Yeah.
like, music and early O's and all that stuff. So I just wasn't enjoying it anymore, man. Like I was spending money on like records I wasn't vibing to, but it started turning into a job because like I had to feed the crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just wasn't. It just wasn't my thing, man. Because I grew up listening to just like 80s, 90s hip hop and all that stuff, and then here I am starting to play like just all the mainstream stuff. You know,
So
what I mean?
Katy Perry. So
Almost, right?
90,
Like, the step
97?
before that, right?
dude, I get it too because you guys see me at the weddings.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have people making requests all day.
Yeah.
And so I
Right,
feel you.
right.
I think as a
Yeah.
DJ, you really had to be that crowd controller, right? That's what you are when you're
Yeah.
mixing stuff. So maybe from the stuff that you came from, it's definitely maybe a little phased out. Maybe during the time that you were coming up and doing it, people were listening to different sounds, different music, and
Yeah, because we always labeled ourselves as turntablists, right? Where we took the instrument and turned it into something that projects sound. But a lot
Right.
of people just look at it as like just music, like something
Of
that
course.
just projects music and all that stuff, which would be the DJ side of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I just thought it was cool just because like 16 years old, DJing in a bar, like because back then they didn't ID you, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Damn.
yeah, I would have my brother's friend who was 21 at the time. He would drive us all the way out there, and then he would just tell the DJ that like, or the security's like, hey, he's actually helping me carry my records in, and you know what I mean. And so like we go in there, and I never come back out, and I give him $20 for the ride and everything, and then I would just stay there all night, just DJ.
Going crazy.
Yeah, it was just funny, man. But yeah, I got old really quick, man, because this was just never my crowd. You know what I mean? Like I'm really laid back and just really into like hip hop stuff and all that. So I was never trying to get all like turned up and hype and all that stuff. And that was the kind of music that, you know, I was
Lil Jon.
told to play. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, for
Lil
sure.
Jon. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
But you know what though? Lil Jon though, man, like that guy has like some bangers, man. Like he created My Boo, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
from
Right.
Groove Theory, or not Groove Theory, from shoot, I forgot the name, but ooh, that's like a heavy hitter out here.
Are
like
you
a
saying he
classic.
like produced it?
Yeah,
For
like
Ghost
the
Town
DJs,
Ghost Town
from
DJ,
Ghost Town
yeah.
DJs, bro. Like, and I was like, whoa.
Wow.
That's
You never seen that
crazy.
video?
No.
I'm gonna show you that. There's a video of it of him putting it
crazy.
together.
And he like revived
crazy.
the whole bass sound too. Like when Too Short had hired him, like all of Too Short stuff from like early O's and up, man. Like that was all him. Like everybody was like, yeah, it's a hyphy, yada yada yada. But then it was like a South Cat making it the whole time.
It's crazy how he pivoted and like how he's like into the EDM world now.
But it makes
Lil Jon?
a lot of sense though,
Yeah.
because he created a lot of sounds that we listen to
Of
nowadays.
course.
You
He's
know,
an artist.
course.
Yeah.
He's an artist. for sure.
Definitely.
And then so from there though, yeah, I just kind of lost interest in all that. And then you know, I was getting into high school, started working, started getting into that whole responsible lane thing. So kind of dropped a lot of my hobbies at the time. And then
Right.
you know, after the hobbies, you know, came old girls and stuff like that. So like got distracted there, you know, for a little bit, but only for myself to come back again, which was during COVID. I mean, I saw like all these little DJ controllers, like everybody was hopping on it, and I was like, yo, what is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that's crazy. And so I started
The new technology.
yeah,
shit.
and like me, like I dweeb hard, man, when I see something that I like, man. So I just I started looking into it, diving into it, and then like I started seeing like respectable DJs messing around with it, and then that's when I decided like I gotta
Let me get back on it.
I gotta check this out. And then like I was looking at just like some little chill decent ones, and then like I found like that little chill Hercules like Starlight thing for like $80, and I was like, all
He's
right,
like this big, dude.
yeah. And then I rocked like
Yeah.
rocked like 3 to 5 mixtapes with that, and I was like, all right, time for an upgrade. So I got the bigger one, and then that one I rocked, you know, a few mixtapes with that one, but that one wasn't meant for cutting, so you know the crossfader started giving out, and then I just kept upgrading, and now I got a little Rev 1 from Pioneer, but that thing's been that thing's a rider. So, but yeah, and so COVID did a lot of cool things, man. Like it brought a lot of artists back. It brought a lot of just a lot of that sound that I remember hearing a lot. You know what I mean? Before like music started turning into an industry. You know, when it went from a passion and culture to an industry. So, and then I was like, yeah, I'm with it, man. You know what I mean? So I want to catch that wave.
It's
So-
dope to hear that you just got right back into it, you know, and
Yeah,
started-
yeah.
You going, you doing like, you going out in functions again and starting to DJ and all that stuff again.
I do these little pop-ups, man, in the garage. So like my brother, he still kicks in the scene. So he's still big. He like works up rock part-time and all that stuff. So
Okay.
you know, whenever something's going on, he's the guy to hit up. And so whenever they're kicking it and stuff, I'll roll through and I'll low key bring my stuff on the side and then just kind of fill it out. And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Like after hours, man, I'll just pull it out and then rock the whole party or something.
You know, compared to before when you started feeling like this shit was getting old, like how is it now?
You know what? There was always like good artists that continuously made music. You know what I mean? So like I don't want to say like the industry went all whack and all that stuff because I was never really part of that industry. It was always like underground culture. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
just like up to you how hard you want to look and find these great artists and keep it going. But yeah, it's good now too, man. Like man, it's crazy. There's a lot of good stuff out there. And like you guys said too, this is the age of information. So it's like there's no excuse why we shouldn't be talking about like, you know, enlightening humanity or like just the truth, you know what I mean? Things like that. So, but I do see it taking a turn. Like I do see like artists stepping up saying like, you know, is this the kind of stuff we want our kids listening to when we get older? You know what I mean? Or just like,
Right.
yeah, just things that are going to be definitive for our reality, right? Like that's just what hip hop was about back then anyways, was like, you know, connecting to source and knowing yourself to the point where, you know, it was like no invasion. So when you do create your art, you know, that was hip hop. And nowadays it's been contaminated. You know what I mean? Like, I think one of our,
I can see
Yeah.
that.
I mean, something that I'm wondering too is like you've kind of been through the age of hip hop where you kind of saw that like change. Do you remember like a specific year where you feel like hip hop is different and it's not the same?
Yeah. So it was funny because like when hip hop in the early 80s was starting to come up, there was like this, I remember there was like two types of hip hop. There was like the enthusiastic kind, right? Where it was like just fun. Everybody just kept it flowing. Like they just kept it going. And that was like the rapper's delight style. And then there was like the people that are bringing like the real street ego into it, you know what I mean? Which was like, you know, Boogie Down Productions and KRS, you know, they was really like, you know, putting politics into it. But there was actually another cat like in the mid 70s. His name was like Gil Scott. He was like one of the first that I noticed that started putting like mixing politics with his lyrics, you know what I mean? Like it was like became street poetry. And then I think it was defined in the 80s is when like people were like, yeah, you know, we need to put the truth out there, you know, start speaking about like corruption and things that we're experiencing. Because music back then, you know, it depicted on how life was. And then, you know, the biggest transition I noticed was when the industry took over, they depicted the illusion of how life should be. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
definitely.
Yeah, and that was the illusion of like, you know, finding happiness with, you know, external, you know, things like materialistic things, the big booty bitches and the alcohol and the, you know.
You talking like Biggie and shit? Like Biggie?
They were actually, you know, a lot of people love Biggie and all that, but he was actually one of the ones that were starting to go mainstream too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like their earlier stuff was like.
Because when you say that, that's like immediately what I think, right? Is like
like his most popular songs. Yeah.
And then like, you know, all artists become like a product of that once they sign those papers.
Definitely.
Because now they're not creating it for themselves like they were when in the underground scene. It's more of like, hey, we got an agreement.
Right.
Like we need to attract this type of, you know, demographic
to keep that money coming in.
Right. Yeah.
So. That's something I fear for anybody in the arts too, because when you reach a certain level, then it kind of starts to become about money and sales.
Always.
And with music now, it's especially that because you have to have sellable songs.
Yeah.
So it happens to a lot of artists, even like
nearly
in the
everyone,
industry,
honestly.
too.
Yeah, you have to be marketable in this day and age.
You have to remember those contracts are not contracts for you to make money. It's made for you to get a loan out on you. You're signing yourself as a loan before you can sell. That you're agreeing to sell a certain amount of music or hit a certain amount, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They have quotas too, and that's why I think that's why they market it as sellable music.
Well, that's why you see artists come and go so fast.
Oh, right, especially right now. Right now, one hit wonders, especially, you know, are a big thing because the technology age.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the industry is kind of already conditioned, you know, some of the younger artists that you need to make money to do this. That. Don't get me wrong, like you do need money. Like we all live in a reality of like the Matrix, right? Like we all got to work. Like if you're not working, you're sinking. You know what I mean? But yeah, to me, I never chose my art to sell out. You know what I'm saying? Like
of course.
I mean, just the whole time I've been doing my whole life, like I've always kept it as real as possible. You know, to wherever I was at in life. But yeah, I mean, it's not easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely went through some ups and downs just to keep it real, you know what I'm saying? But I'm, you know, I made it, you know, I pushed through and, you know, now I do art for full time. Like, to me, tattoos is my little bit sellout because it's a collaboration. So I'm working with people's concepts. I'm working with, you know, what people are, what we're collaborating in and stuff. But, you know, I still enjoy it. It's still fun. The conversations there are still real. And, you know, if it becomes completely like, 75-25 and I'm on the 25% end, then I just won't do it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Well, one thing, freaking Leki has done all my tattoos.
Going crazy.
Like a whole sleeve right here. Leki's done every piece. And then every single time is like great conversation. Like we're just sitting there talking for like 4 hours. It doesn't feel like 4 hours. And it's just dope, man. You have a really good vibe. And
Appreciate
one
that.
thing I do have to say too, I like it when a tattoo artist has some say so into the tattoo. Like I remember this one was the first one that we got, and I was there with Tay on that same day. I was not even supposed to get this tattoo.
Oh, what?
Yeah. We came in for like a different tattoo, and then after talking to you, you're like, "Nah, this isn't gonna work." And
What
then all of
was
a
it?
sudden, it was. He has it. It's like the Deathly Hollows
Okay.
mark, the triangle guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I was
The
supposed to get
triangle.
that, and then he's like, "How big you want?" I was like, like. Yada, 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 this big over my forearm. He's like, no, it's not going to work. So we ended up just looking something online, talking about stuff, and then we came out with this tattoo. It's
Going
fucking
crazy.
tight.
Yeah. At least you had was that just something that you were like, you didn't want to do for him? Like the triangle? Or why did you say it wasn't going to work?
Yeah, normally it's something like if details are too small or whatever, you know what I mean? Things like that. But yeah, definitely. If I didn't want to do it, I would just be like, hey. I gotta bounce. Just quit.
In his own shop. He's like, I gotta go. He's like,
Hey, we're actually closing early.
Yeah.
He's like, I want a big Pikachu on my back. Can you do that? He's like, no, sorry, I'm going home.
But don't get me wrong though, like first 3 years though, you got to put in the work. So like I was definitely, a lot of my funny stories and tattoos are all from like my first 3 years, you know what I mean? Because we were just trying to get it, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever atmosphere, whatever this and that. Sometimes like I was just hanging out with my mentor and then like, 12:30 a.m. somebody walks in, we're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And tattoo until like 3 a.m. or whatever. But yeah, man, it's funny though, man. I got a lot of funny stories with that guy, my mentor. He was a funny one.
That's
But,
dope.
Yeah.
You spoke a little bit about how you got into tattooing and you started wondering about how to get your lines all nice and precise and things like that.
Yeah.
How did it go from like, doing murals and graffiti to an actual piece of skin? How did that transition, and how did that art and everything transition into like a body as a canvas?
Yeah, man, it's tattoos is definitely one of the hardest things I've ever had to learn, because once you feel like you get it down, then you get somebody with different type of skin or yeah, it's crazy, man, because like it's almost like you have to relearn everything like 5 different times because there's like 5 different types of skins out there. You know what I mean?
Damn,
so it's like yeah, but not only that, just experimenting with different pigments and things like that. But as far as it's just like anything else. As far as like mastering anything, it's just consistency. It's all what I mean. Keep on
just
going.
doing it.
Yeah, just do it, man. That's all it
Yeah.
is, man. Like it's as simple as that, man. Like just the whole Nike slogan. I mean, just do it.
Just do it.
People
Yeah.
always just sitting there, but like that's the hardest part is actually like getting up there to do it. You know what I mean? Like the gym, right?
Right.
Like hardest part about the gym is going there. But
getting
as soon
there.
as you're in there, man, you get in the rhythm of things,
Yeah.
and then next thing you know, you're leaving like feeling good. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good analogy. Shit.
no, it is.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I know I need to use it. No, I go to the gym all the time.
Yeah.
I just work out my hustle muscle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
There you go.
About 2
There you
different
go.
muscles. That makes so much
Yeah.
sense. I've been trying to get back into it too. It's been a struggle, but we're there. I'm very proud. Very proud.
As long as you're there, that's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's all in time, man, with everything. You know what I mean? So
Of course.
Sometimes even I don't know. I notice like I pick up patterns and things, and like sometimes the hardest thing to do is to do it right, and then all of a sudden the next hardest challenge is like getting to where you want to be, and then the next challenge that comes after that is like consistently being where you need to
Of
be. You know what I'm
course.
saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you get caught in this whole whirl and you got to take your dip again. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you got to go back from square one sometimes, just to appreciate where you were at before. And that's actually where I'm at right now, man. Just detaching from business and all that stuff, man. It's crazy, bro. Like I had to, like my wife and I were just like, man, I didn't realize like how much on the go we were.
Yeah.
And then like, to wake up and just not be like, damn, we ain't got to do no numbers. Like we
Yeah.
ain't got to do inventory. Like you know what I mean? Like an employee didn't text me in the middle of the night about something or fixing
When you're in
something.
the hustle, you don't see it like that a
No,
lot
you
of the
don't.
times. You know,
No,
you're
you're
just in it. You're just grinding it out.
Yeah, and that's why I think one of the best things that happened with COVID is it gave us that break to give us an outer perspective of how
Slow
we were building
down.
things. Yeah,
Right.
because like, when you're building something, you don't see like how you're building it because you're in it, like you said.
Right.
But when COVID gave us that break, it gave us that outer perspective to see how we was building our businesses and everything. And to be honest with you, man, like my wife and I are like, man, we've been on the go, you know what I mean? And now that we had this break, it's like, man, we got to start chilling out a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like we didn't realize
Realizing
that
it
like
was-
time is like
Yeah.
is the more valuable currency that we need to focus on. So
Yeah.
I think that's so important that you say that, especially for anyone in their craft, to like take a step back and realize when it may not be sustainable with your current situation. Like, you got family, you got other things going on, right? So I think it's really cool that you guys did have a chance to take a step back and realize, like, man, I'm not sure if this is like how we really want to keep going at it for the next,
Yeah.
So
and all
kudos
our-
to you guys, man.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
reassuring to hear
Yeah.
because a lot of people are just used to hearing you got to go.
Yeah,
But I
always.
think for us, the goal is for us to be able to slow down.
to not go
Right.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you got to put in that work. Like
always.
like I told you guys I'm hitting around 15 years in May, and I just barely started taking days off last year.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah. But then again, like, I love what I do, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Like
of
it's really
course,
chill,
yeah.
it's really cool. But yeah, I'm starting to feel it, and just taking that little break from COVID, like it's really adjusted our, you know, perception of how we want to be in 20 years. And it's definitely not like our parents are, you know. Our parents came out here, this country, and just fucking grind, and then they ain't got nothing to show for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, they donated all their time to support somebody else's dream. That's all we knew,
right? That's all we knew growing up. Was just grind, go.
I mean, I got caught up in that, for sure. But
yeah, I think that's something that our parents always wanted us to take away. Like, they tell you they want to work, or you should be working because that's what they've done their whole time. But they do want to make it easier for you, so they give us the tools to kind of go for better professions where we're not working in an assembly line, you know.
They already did by just coming out.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Now, you know, we was born out here. We're a lot more opportunities in other countries, but yeah, I don't know. It's it just depends on your perception, though, right? Because like right now, I'd rather go chill in my dad's country, you know, in Tonga, man, just kicking it on a farm, just like I ain't got to work, you know what I mean? Just wake up and eat fruits, chill, you know what I mean? So. But that's the end game, you know what I mean? But I still got some things I got to do over here and put in my work. And,
of course,
do my time out
all
here.
day.
But
what was something during that like break time where you found kind of a new hobby? Like, what was your kind of get away from the work?
I think DJing is what really gave me that extra, you know, gap and space between what I do, because I've never given tattoos or drawing or painting a break ever, you know what I mean? Like ever, even since I was a kid. And, you know, I don't realize that it's crazy because I'm really proud of where I'm at as far as, you know, skill wise and career wise, because I donate my energy to like so many things, you know what I mean? Like my kids, my family, and my husband, you know what I'm saying? Like at one point managing 3 businesses and, and I've always found a way to like shut everything out and you know, focus on a drawing or, I really appreciated and valued like people who've been waiting like a whole year just to get in, you know what I mean? So I want to execute properly.
Of course.
And so, DJing helped me just create that space, you know what I mean? To where I could just have that outer perspective again.
Your little getaway.
Just kind of just like chill out a little bit, you know what I mean? And just focus on other things. It's good to take those breaks, man. I know that now. But yeah, it sharpens up your perspective because it's like painting a mural, right? Like if you're painting too close and then you take a step back, like after 3 hours, you realize it's all misportioned. You know what I'm saying? Like eyes and nose and shit are all like off and stuff. And that's reality in general. You know what I mean? If you don't take a break from here and there, like, you know, from time to time to see how you're building and growing, then sometimes you grow into these paths that, you know, could take longer for you to get to where you need to be, you know what I mean? But
for sure.
Don't get me wrong, though, you know, with all those experiences in those longer paths, like you grow tremendously, you know what I'm saying? But you know, to save you guys some time and things like that, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's DJing really, like just music in general, man. Like I got a boombox tattooed on my wrist. That was like one of the first tattoos I got because just ever since a kid, you know, people always came to me for music and I was just always about that. And it's good to get back into it and just kind of shut everything out because it's been chaotic, man. It's been a really cool, like, man, the last 10 years of my life, just, you know, building and growing with my wife and my kids, man. It's been really crazy and cool, man. But yeah, it's time to chill out a little bit. You know what I mean? It's time to start balancing our energies a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Dope.
So,
I'm assuming you're a Utah native then? Yeah, you were born and raised out here. Yeah. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in West Valley City.
Okay.
Yeah, but I also grew up in Glendale because I went to this Tonga Katolika church. It's called Fasalte. You know, it's St. Patrick's out in Glendale, 4th South. But so I was always back and forth over there. Just all their functions and everything. Just got to know everybody out there too. A little Tongan community out there too. But
that's dope.
But yeah, born and raised West Valley. Got to see West Valley go from a farm to like I don't even recognize it anymore, man. Like all my childhood's buried under apartments and everything, you know.
Oh my God, yeah.
So many apartments now.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask too. I was like, what is it like growing up West Valley and seeing it change over the years? Because it's changed a lot too.
Yeah, even the name West Valley changed, man. It used to be called Granger. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why you see like Granger Medical, Granger Electrical, or Electrical, and Granger High School.
Damn, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So like bro, it's crazy, man. It's funny. Utah is really cool place to grow up, man, because it's like really chill. You can control the vibes out here, but then like, in the 90s, it was just as wild as anywhere else too. You know, it was weird though, but.
So you seen Harvey Street then?
Yeah, I used to live a block away from Harvey Street, bro. I was playing on there all the time, man. Yeah,
crazy.
all the funny,
That's crazy.
interesting people.
Shout out
and
my
all that.
puppy. His name's Harvey.
Harvey. Yeah, no, Harvey would have got eaten up over there. Bro.
I know. He's a little guy, bro.
Yeah, no, Harvey shit was cool, man. It was funny because like you always hear it's just like anything else, man. You always hear all these crazy bad things, but I was just like I was there every day, you know, just playing around because
It was normal.
yeah, just because everybody that went to my elementary went over there, you know what I mean, or lived there or whatever. So, but then I started getting older, and then my parents kept saying like, it's crazy over there and stuff. But
Don't go there.
and I started thinking, I was like, well, I was just over there last night. Nothing even happened. You know? But yeah, that's the funny thing about Utah, though. It's like, I mean, if you're affiliated, you're going to see stuff. But if you're not, then, you know what I mean? Like, some people will tell you West Valley is the best place to live, you know what I mean? And some people will tell you it's the craziest place to live, you know what I mean? But it's probably if you watch the news, you know what I mean? The news is going to tell you.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah.
It's one of those if you
fear
know, you know
programming.
type things, right?
Yeah, if you know, you know. And plus, I
Yeah.
think it's just law of attraction, right? Like, if you're going to go out there looking for trouble, you're going to find it anywhere.
course.
It doesn't matter if you're in a square town, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to, you get what you project, so.
Yeah. You told me that when I was like, I think 16. And I was like, I remember that shit, man. Yeah, because that's the thing, too, because I growing up in Utah, same thing. And every time somebody would say something bad about a certain neighborhood, I'm like, I've always had a good experience anywhere I've been in Utah.
Sure,
So
man.
we're very welcoming people. Okay?
Yeah. No, I just think the news too portrays a lot of stuff
course.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Especially back in the day, man.
yeah, they were definitely fear programming people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn it, Bob Evans. What the fuck?
Hopewood side, bro.
Hopewood side.
Yeah, checking out Bob, bro. Yeah, dude. We're just checking out Hopewood side.
It's so crazy talking about like the history in Utah. I had a few friends like over the last few weeks talking about Utah Fun Dome and stuff. And and they're like, "Is Hollywood Connection Utah Fun Dome?" I'm like, "No, those are two different things."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh man, you guys, that just shows how much older than I am with those guys.
Right.
If you guys weren't into, into the lifestyle because our relationship with our family members,
Right. Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of like I didn't even grow up in Utah, first of all, and I knew all the stories of.
You're like back and forth, though.
I was
right?
back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the history of Utah is kind of crazy because I would always remember when I drive down to Utah Lake and like see Eagle Mountain, Saratoga. I just remember with my grandpa that was all empty.
Yeah.
Now we can't even fish in the spots that we used to fish at because it's all private land now.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Bunch of houses and like shit right there, lake houses. And
Yeah,
shit
lake
now.
houses.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, Utah's growth is crazy, but I appreciate where it's going though.
I do. I
Ups
do.
and downs and everything, right?
Yeah.
Ups and downs,
Always.
yeah.
No matter what.
Always.
Yeah. I think the downs is like if you're a local, you're not used to like this buzz. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, it's-
Right.
Yeah.
Like traffic for me is like, man, I have to like say a prayer and shit before I get on the road, man. Like that's why I got here early, you know, and I told you because I was like, man, you know what, man, this is like 15 minutes away. I gotta leave like 2 hours early.
Gotta be at the airport 3 hours early.
Yeah, for real, man. So I was just like, man, I know, huh? The airport, bro. The first time I went, I haven't
wild.
flown in so long, man, like
Yeah.
forever. And then when I flew, I can't remember. I think it was like earlier this year, man. I was like, what in the damn?
Yeah, that new airport's crazy. The
I was
Utah
like,
airport.
What is this?
I think it's dope as hell to have it. But then, walking through that guy, especially when you got a B gate,
Oh,
takes you about an hour to get to your gate.
Oh yeah, I was fine. Like, yeah, it was like the last gate in the whole
Yeah,
airport,
bro.
and I was just like,
The airport's crazy because I remember we used to just be able to walk around, go take like our families to the gates and shit all the way over to the gate.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
there's
you just
TSA.
wave.
you should just walk around like it was yours.
Like
huh?
just walk around. I remember getting like Cinnabons in that bitch.
like it was a shopping mall.
Like, it was like
Yeah.
a shopping area
Yeah.
type shit. And now you can't even get
Dude,
past any of that shit.
I didn't fly until I was like, I think 15. So I didn't see the airport anything different from what it was with the TSA and shit.
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's how it is. But when I hear it's like, you didn't have to take off your shoes at to like go into your freaking plane. I'm like, holy hell, man.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
crazy.
Good times.
I think at one point, like they were landing planes on top of the airport. If I think
Oh,
I
for
remember.
real?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
Like
that's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, now they're
so, man.
now they're too
Damn.
heavy though. The planes are way crazier now.
You're walking out like Bruce Wayne to your private jet. Damn.
Yo, I remember like even when I was a kid on the airplane, bro. Like I remember they would offer you a smoking section and a
Yeah.
non-smoking section
Man,
on the
I
airplane,
wish.
bro. Can you imagine that, bro? That's
Well, we
crazy.
had when we went to Japan, I got tripped out because they have like on the train though, not on the plane, but they had smoking areas on the train and people would just go smoke a stogie and then sit back where they want.
Yeah.
And even inside bars too, we're smoking like cigarettes. I wasn't smoking cigarettes. I mean,
Oh, did you
But-
catch that tail end of it when we could still smoke in a bar?
yeah. Well, we went
Not
what?
here, but in
It was
Japan
it
they
was
still
in
can.
Japan.
Oh, in
Yeah.
Japan.
In Japan, they
yeah,
still
yeah.
can.
Oh, okay.
You can even smoke at a Denny's. They offer you a smoking side of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What the
At
fuck?
Denny's.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
It's probably because their tobacco out there don't cause cancer. And shit, so it's-
Yeah, the tobacco's probably not as
Ones out
crazy.
Here, hell yeah.
That's
Actually,
true.
good point.
Peter did say he said they were weaker. Japanese cigarettes are
I don't
weaker.
know.
They were
I-
lighter.
I didn't
Yeah.
really. I only smoke
Smoother.
cigarettes like on occasion, which
With him?
that's like maybe once or twice a year. Wait, what'd you say?
With Peter.
With Peter? Peter for sure. I'll do anything with Peter at least once.
My first time on a plane was like when I was 21, 22.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Man, I was
So,
like,
and this was for a work trip when I was working at the vape shop. I went to go open up another vape shop in Texas, and bruh, my face when I went through TSN, I was like, bro, there's no vaping areas. There's no smoking areas in this bitch. I was tripping. I went to the bathroom and shit. I was ghost hitting my shit. I
oh
was
man.
tripping. I was like, bro, there's no way. There's no smoking areas
Imagine
in this
flying to
bitch.
Tokyo then.
Yeah, I bet, bro.
12 hours.
I'll be in the
don't know.
bathroom the whole time. Ghost hitting.
You're
Ghost hitting my
stupid. On the plane. Middle Eastern man found smoking on a plane.
Oh man, this guy don't even know he about to tackle him and pull him to the side.
That's crazy that you guys were kind of like boomers to flying.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
just family road trips every year, and then
I've been flying since I was like 6 years old.
I just had no business going anywhere. You know, I had
Oh,
no money.
business.
You know,
That's
I
true
had,
because
like,
I
you
had to
know,
come back here a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
all the families here.
Yeah.
You know, I have no business flying nowhere. So the first time I flew was for work.
yeah, man. I didn't go to Disneyland until I was 14.
I still haven't gone.
We drove
we
everywhere.
we
too.
need to wait. You haven't gone?
No.
Like California, Disneyland?
That's crazy.
Too bad seafood. Just write it down. Expenses. We're gonna take that trip.
I did the Tokyo Sea.
Tokyo City. I'll give it credit because it's in Tokyo.
That's
but
all
I
right.
don't know what it's like.
So I do it. I waited 3 hours for these guys to get off their ride. Well, they stood in a 3-hour line to get on Indiana Jones. And it's the
Yeah.
same everywhere. And I had
Yeah.
5 bags, like backpacks. I can't ride rides. Most rides I can't ride, or I'm scared to.
I'll give you an itinerary,
But
bro.
I'm sitting there like this, just waiting for him. This Japanese
Holding
dude sitting next to me.
everyone's
Yeah.
We went to Universal Studios earlier this year, and it was crazy. It was funny
How
because,
was that?
dude, it's live out there.
Yeah.
It was funny though because like in the middle of like after we went on our second ride, I looked over at Penny and I was like, "Baby knows there's no kids over here. Like it's all like 21 and up
Yeah.
over there, bro."
Damn.
Like,
That's true,
Universal is
man.
for more older people. Because
Yeah.
I went to Universal like 3 times one year, and every time I went, I didn't see any kids. But then you remember it's like Universal Studios does, Fast and the Furious movies or Simpsons and like all that stuff.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. So they're more movie directed amusement, and like Harry Potter. Like Harry.
Yeah.
I got kicked off the ride at Harry Potter
Why?
because my shoulders are too big,
Oh hell no!
dude. I went to go sit down.
Wait in that line.
It's like who let Hagrid on the fucking ride, bro?
that's what they told him though.
Yeah.
It was like, "Bro, this looks like a terrorist." Man.
I was like, literally, that was the worst thing ever because we stood in that line and then Amy was ready to get on the ride. And then I get on to sit down and the thing comes halfway on my shoulders and it doesn't go past the shoulders.
That's crazy.
Damn,
And I was like,
I've
all
been
right,
mad.
all right.
I've been
I was like,
mad
you're
as
not
fuck.
even that big.
I'm that big. It's people don't realize how big I am until like they see me. Like I was at
Shit, okay,
370. And that's pretty big. Like even for me, like I recognize that I'm way smaller than I was, 3 months ago.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's crazy.
I should have showed you guys that picture. There's a picture of when we first sat over there
I would pay money.
and I was round. And now I'm like not as round as I used to be.
Go get it.
Yeah,
Go
dude,
get
good
it.
job.
Fam. Let them know, man.
I'm gonna go try that ride.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go back there around two.
Every year he
Round
comes
two.
back.
Yeah.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
I've always been stretched out, man. So I could never like ride rides, bro. Like I think the only ride I could ride at Lagoon was like Rattlesnake Rapids, bro. And that was
Oh, hell
it.
no.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah, that was it, bro. Otherwise, my knees be all like banging against the front and stuff.
Oh man.
Crazy, man. But yeah, I don't know. I never really, man. Never really went to like these amusement parks like that. But like my kids were tripping out that I told them I haven't been to Lagoon since like mid '90s or something like that. You know what I mean?
That is wild though.
Yeah.
Maybe now while you're taking time and
Yeah,
slowing
right.
down a
It
little
is.
bit. You,
We'll see.
Yeah, I actually did. I went and visited.
Fucking
We think
lines
we
are
went right
bullshit.
before it got hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I just even that, like, I would rather just be like chilling at home, focusing.
Of course.
on
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Yeah. But don't get me wrong, like seeing my kids have fun, what I
Yeah,
mean, it's really therapeutical
sure.
for me as well. But
all day.
but yeah, as far as like me wanting to go somewhere to like, what I mean, fly my ass up in a roller coaster and all that stuff. You know? Like, I mean, I did in Universal Studio, man. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I'm just like really more like go sit at a lake and just stare at the water and
Kick it and
talk
shit.
to myself.
Dude, no, that's actually sounds like a good time.
yeah, for real, man.
Yeah.
I'm like more laid back like that. I don't need to be on a YouTube video like flying out of a roller coaster or something.
No, yeah.
So
Could get you the views though.
So aside from all that stuff, you do murals, and you have done murals in a few businesses in the state of Utah. Like, which one has stood out to you out of all of them that have been your favorite?
Sapas, man. Sapas.
Yeah.
Because there's actually a whole story behind that whole mural, and they gave me just the most creative freedom. You know what I mean? Like they just told me that they wanted like a Japanese theme thing, and then I was like, all right, cool. And then, you know, I try not to ask them like, you know, anything particular, because that's when they're like, all right, yeah, I want you to do like this. And so I kind of like threw it out there a little bit, you know what I mean? And then they were just like, no, they're like, you just do you. And then I was
That's
like,
dope.
oh,
That's
man.
awesome.
Sick.
And so, yeah, I went all out on concept on those ones. And then, let's see, Jimmy's Tuk-Tuks was cool because that was kind of like the intro to like where other people started seeing like what art can look like. In
I was gonna say that
restaurants
was that was one of the first times I've ever seen your work. And
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
shit was dope. I like
yeah, that
a
one was
lot.
really fun.
Going
He's
crazy.
the same way. He's just like, I don't care. Like he's like, you're the artist. That's why I hired you. And I was just like, all right, cool, man. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Sapas is definitely the one. So there's just like a lot of cool little subliminal messages in there and things like that. So what's funny though is I never signed my pieces, bro. Like I just I just throw
That's
it up
dope.
and then I just leave it. But I just don't want to become too attached to things. And if you know, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
How long was the process for like the Sapa one? How long did it take you? How long did you have?
I think I finished that in between 15 to 17 hours.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Shit.
Dang, dude, that's.
Yeah.
I was honestly thinking way more.
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah.
It can be though, like, because you can never, like, you know, what they always say about art, it's never finished, just abandoned, you know what I mean?
Of
But,
course.
and I do plan on, like, going back and adding some stuff to it, like, eventually, but yeah.
That was it 17 hours straight or like broken up in increments? Like
Bro,
you-
like, when I get in there though, yeah, I'll try and bust it all out in 17
Yeah.
hours, but, like, nah, man, I'm getting old.
God,
So.
He's doing like
crazy.
It's like he's been here for
Mirror
17 hours.
Oh, yeah, so funny
sleep on the
story.
floor, come back up.
Yo, so, like, I think, I can't remember, it might have been, like, a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago, but same thing, bro. I was, like, on the grind and everything. I'd get off at, like, 10 p.m., and then I would dip out to Provo because I was working on this mural out in Provo. And, bro, the drive got me, man. Like,
Fuck.
I would drive there being all cool and everything, and then I'd paint till, like, 3:30 a.m. Oh, Justin's the one that did that video. That's where it was at Cida's, I think it was called. But yeah, I was coming home at like 3:30 a.m., bro. And I straight up, I almost died, bro. Like I woke up in the middle of the freeway.
No,
My
fucking
car was
way.
like fucking going, like rolling like 8 miles per hour. I woke up and I was like, oh shit. I was like looking around. I was like, oh damn. Like nobody was around. So I was
said,
like,
"Oh, damn."
you know what I mean? Like hurried up and got back up there, bro.
That is
Yeah, man.
scary,
So it was like
bro.
from that point on, man, I was like, oh damn. Yeah, you better.
I can't
you
do
better
this
chill
no
out.
more.
Yeah. Not Superman no more, man. So,
Yeah. I've teleported
crazy,
before. That's what I call it teleported.
yeah. I must have astroplaned
Yeah,
that time.
dude,
Bro. I
I
came back and I was like, damn, body, you wasn't in autopilot. You know what I mean? Damn.
Dude, I had a story like that. I was driving from like your guys' neighborhood back in Jay's house, and then it was like 6 a.m. and this is when I was living in Rose Park. So driving from deep in West Jordan all the way down to Rose Park, and I just remember I woke up in my neighborhood. I'm like, whoa, how did I get in here? And I was tripping, dude. I was like, all right,
Making turns.
I'm just literally all right. From now on, I'm sleeping wherever I'm at, or I'm leaving earlier.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
He's
Teleported,
just sleep. Turning his signal on. Damn.
And normally I'm pretty conscious of those things, right? Because like, you know, I got a family and everything. I try not to
course.
make it about me, but like, yo, that one just crept up on me, man. And then, I woke up in the middle of the freeway, bro, and I was like looking around. I'm like, oh, damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I hurried up and just punched it and got back on the.
But when it clicks when you're just like super dead tired, and then it hits that point, your eyes just start to fade.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I had that in college. Remember that one story I told you guys about when I was working out, and I snapped that freaking resistance band on my face. That same morning, I went because I didn't sleep. I woke up at like 2 a.m. Just had all this energy, and I was all like, you know what? I'm just gonna go about my day. So I went to my classes. Was coming back down to Salt Lake Valley like after school, and then I had not slept that much since then, so I just started to doze off right on the freeway. Caught it right before I went off the fucking road.
Damn.
I actually never told anybody that story
That's
before.
crazy, bro.
So my bad.
You teleported.
Yeah, me neither, man. My family's probably gonna kill me.
I know.
Mom's gonna be like, hey, what?
If you get mad at him, you get mad at all of us.
I'm safe for now. Don't worry. I'm more confident in my driving and not fall asleep anymore.
Fucking like jumper in this shit.
I was hella scared. I was like, wait, I'm home? How'd this happen? Like, I was literally pulling into my neighborhood.
Yours is ridiculous. You were
Yeah.
turning. You were
Yeah.
literally driving.
And I was
That's
like,
crazy.
wait, what is going on? How did I even get? Because I remember I was on the freeway. Then I woke up and I was like, how am I off the freeway? I was tripping. And I was like, okay, I'm safe, whatever. I'm not going to tell anyone
That's
this happened.
crazy.
Yeah, no, that's So ever since then, man, I started. When I was working on that job, I would go home and like sleep for like an hour and then get some food or whatever, then head out.
Damn.
But yeah.
That's crazy, man. Well, I'm glad you guys are safe, man.
I know.
Oh, bro, they should make
Ripping.
like a podcast of just like things that happen after hours. Like even like painting murals, bro. Like by myself. Like even in Jimmy's, bro. Like I was on a ladder and that shit like slipped from under me and stuff.
Oh god.
I was like, bro, if I fell down and broke my shit, like
Nobody would
I would
know.
have to wait for like 6 hours for somebody to come.
Someone to
through
come
and
get
shit,
you.
Yeah, so I'd be like, man.
He's
opened a
laying there with
restaurant.
paint. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And that's when
he's still trying to finish
crazy,
it.
for real. So
Masterpieces.
that's when I invested into a scaffold, man. I was like, yeah, you still do dumb shit, but on a scaffold.
A little safer now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And how long were you muraling for? Like when did you start?
So my brother, he's a lot older than me, and same with all his homies and stuff. So like, man, at an early age, bro, like I would just show up to the wall and watch them paint and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Became like a little function out here where like, you know, one of your big homies was painting, you go and meet up and just chill and support and
Yeah.
start turning to like barbecues and stuff like that.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty
that's
cool.
tight.
Damn, that's
So everybody
crazy.
just started chilling and vibing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do it at Uprock all the time. We would just go sit there and watch them do it.
Yeah,
I-
things like that.
At that point, I wasn't doing anything crazy, but I just loved going to watch what they were doing. Crazy that I didn't know that was Leki's brother that works at Uprock. I used to buy stuff from there all the time.
Yeah.
And then we did the last pop up, and Mom's like, "Oh, that's Leki's brother." I'm like, "No way!"
It's like all
no
these
way.
years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've been coming for like 12 years,
Mhm.
and I've
Yeah.
always seen him in there, and
Yeah,
I was just never put two and two together.
Yeah, my brother stays in the scene, man. Like he's never left. So
That's
he's
dope.
like one of the big homies now in the scene. Like knows everything. Knows everybody's business, knows everybody's thing, and like,
Gone
yeah.
crazy.
But yeah, no, he's cool, man. He's that's his thing, man. That's always been my brother's thing. So I couldn't even see him doing anything else but that. You know, that's just what he's always
Yeah.
been.
Yeah. Kind of going back to like the tattoo stuff. I seen like you're very versatile, man. I've seen like some tribal stuff. I've seen like a little bit of like realism type tattoos, some Asian style tattoos. Like what would you say is like your favorite style to tattoo on people?
These days, I like it. Well, actually, I've been targeting more. A lot of my clients been coming in like blindly, bro. Like they'll just be like, "I'm a fan of your art. Just do what you want to do," and then it's
Yeah.
usually like something that I'm painting or something like that. You know, along the lines of that style. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, because that one's just more like me. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
got a little bit of my graffiti background, and
Mm-hmm.
it's got elements from what I picked up when I got into the craft of tattooing and stuff like that. So I like that. So it's got like detail, but then it's also like loose. You know what I mean? Because I like personality. A lot of people feel like the one thing I notice about the tattoo industry is they get so caught up in like the saturation, the perfect lines, and all that stuff that man they lose themselves in that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's like they forget that some of those like little loose lines and things like that. It's personal. You know, your personality, right? It's like persona. And I'm not saying like, you know what I mean, don't clean up your shit and all that stuff, but no, just have fun with it, man. I think a lot of people forget to have fun in that industry because they just become a slave to making the perfect lines, the perfect saturation. And then when I see that artwork that's executed, that when I used to work with artists that used to execute like that, I don't even see them in it. You know what I mean? Like it's just it looks like a robot did it.
Damn.
Yeah, you know
It's
what I mean?
dope that people are like trusting you in those ways. Like, you know what? I just want like a Leki original type shit. So that's really cool to see and hear.
Yeah, it definitely didn't happen overnight. You know what I mean?
Of
Like
course.
I've definitely been involved my whole life,
And usually they're pretty happy about it. You know?
yeah, bro. They're just like, man, this is exactly what I was
Yeah.
like. You know what I mean? I'm just like, phew, because that was like, you know what I mean? Nah, just playing. I'm always confident and stuff. You know what I mean? But
Damn.
but yeah, no, I feel very good with where I'm at. You know, what I mean? I got like I think the perfect clientele right now, where it's just like a
Dope.
little bit of everything and a lot like I never get sick of it. You know what I mean, I got like a perfect
Yeah.
balance right now. You know, so I got like some people willing me to, or willing to let me do whatever I want, and then I got some where I enjoy the collaboration of what they're thinking and the cultural stuff. You know, can't ever go wrong with that.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
but
Is
yeah.
there any style you feel like you just don't want to do or you try to stay away from?
anything that's trending on TikTok? You know what I'm saying? Like
I was about to,
usually,
yeah.
I usually make announcements. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
at one point, it was like no forest themes, no pocket watches or compasses.
Mhm.
Right now, I think I just made one a couple years ago with like no lions.
See, I'm not doing no
Interesting.
lines.
I mean, I'll do it for you. You know what I mean? Like I'll find a way to do it like to where I'm gonna enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
But when you're doing it like once a week, it's hard to find that spark every
Of
time you do
course.
it. You know what I mean?
Of
Plus, a
course.
lion is a lion. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
there's not really any room for creativity in it unless you want to go like texture wise or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then right now, floral is becoming really saturated in the industry. Like everybody's got like that fine line floral look, so starting to step away from that. But yeah, mostly things that are trending. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to consistently do things like that.
Is it a little frustrating when you can tell that it's so much influenced by like the mainstream social media? Does it get like a little annoying over the time?
No, not at
Yeah.
all. I don't judge people for where they're at. You know what I mean? When they make a connection with what they feel like is them representing them at that time frame. You know?
Okay.
So, but yeah, like I said, if it ever gets to that point where I feel like I can't execute, you know what I mean? Then I just won't do it because otherwise it's gonna project, and then like I'm gonna have to live with that too. You know what I mean? Yeah.
for sure.
So, but yeah, no, I like I said, I love it all, man. Like even that's why I say like tattoos is my little sellout. Like little, I forgot what you call that terminology where it's like your guilty pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
Right.
it's like, one, it is completely against art because you're doing a collaboration, right? Because you should always be coming from within if you're going to create some sort of art. But it's just like the whole culture in general, man. Like I get to hear people's stories. I get to share my stories.
Of course.
Yeah, it's just really cool to like, I've accumulated a lot of experience just by talking and vibing
Of
for
course.
hours with people.
Definitely,
You know what I
man.
mean? So
Definitely.
Yeah.
we pick each other's brains. I've met like so many entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
just very successful people, and then and then I got like the little hood kid that comes by, and I love it all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Right.
cool. I get to see it all, man, and yeah, I'm definitely grateful for where I'm at.
Yeah. That's a cool part too, because you're providing a service.
Right.
Because that's the thing that I think, I don't know if but the way that we see you is that you provide a lot of value to the community. Like even when
crazy,
like
yeah.
Definitely.
when I have like the tattoo, I get so many compliments. It's like, and when I tell people that it's your piece, people can really tell that there's a lot of you in it. So it's like I have a Leki piece on my arm.
That's
And
cool,
then
man.
it's just even with the conversations that we have like during the session too, it's like a really cool experience. So I just want to say thank you for everything that you do.
Oh man, thank
for
you
sure,
guys
man.
because everything's 50-50, right? Like I can't be cool if you aren't cool. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's like
for sure.
it's always a collaboration with people and persona and all that. So, but yeah, no, that's cool you say that, man. Because I keep it moving, man. And so like I don't really understand like people's perspective of me out there. You know what I mean? Like when Tay, like that was like a beautiful intro that he had given me. I'm just like, well, what, me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I just do my thing, and it was never for people or attention or anything like that. Like an artist of like my scale, like not in a bragging way or anything like that, but like definitely should have a lot more followers and all that stuff. But I've never focused on that. You know what I'm saying? And so I just kept it moving, and just those little followers I have, man. They really support. They really come through. They really pay bills. They really
Definitely.
have really helped us build that foundation.
It's like the loyal client base too.
Yeah, and I
So
prefer
that's
that
good.
over everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't need these random people following me and just criticizing me and like you don't
for
know
sure.
me. You know what I mean? So,
Right,
like,
right.
But it's cool though, man. Like I said, man, it's good to hear that because like I said, I don't really get to stop and smell the flowers and see like other people's perspective of like what my wife and I have built and everything like that.
Right.
So it's
Well, I
cool.
mean, like,
Yeah.
good work is never goes unnoticed, you know. And then scrolling through like your Instagram, I can tell like you're very passionate about it at the same time too, you know. So it's really cool to see that, people like Moose and stuff really love the work. You have they have a piece of you, on their body, and there's a story behind it and everything. So yeah, man, shout outs to you. Keep doing it. Keep doing that.
Appreciate
man.
you guys, man.
Of course.
Yeah, I think the studio vibe's cool though, man. Like I even started documenting conversations too with certain people just to just to kind of get some of those vibes out there again. But a little slow on putting things together, but you got to trust the timing of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Time is really not real, so you go at your own pace, man.
Time
Go
is an
at your
illusion. But as far as that cycle when it's supposed to go down, you know what I mean? That's I know it's going to happen here soon. I just been working, and I just sense like there's this big buzz waiting for me around the corner. I just got to get through these few challenges that I'm going through as accurately as possible. And and you guys watch, you're gonna see me take to the next level like you guys always have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's it.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get my first piece. I was already talking to Leki about
Me too.
it. Whatever. Dude.
First piece. Me too.
Oh, my first Leki piece. I already talked to him when I was at your when we were at your parents' house, and I was like talking to him. I was like, yeah, and he was like, yeah, I'm like open for May, but now you're pushed out more because that was the last time we talked about it.
There's usually like these little waves that'll come by, and then but we'll get it in.
It's dope to hear that you're booked out that far. You know.
Oh, I know.
Man, there was a
that's
point in
crazy.
time where like I would hear people saying like almost 2 years, year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
I
And
got
to
up
hear you
like-
even say that, like it's like your slow period, like you're slowing down a little bit and shit. It's like,
He's still booked out 6
good.
months.
Like, you're
Yeah.
still booked out. That's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't been taking on a whole lot of projects, man. I've just been kind of like donating time back to like the day oneers. You know what I mean? I feel like it's only fair to save some of those gaps for people that have been supporting us since day one. You know?
Of course.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Before though, it was just like you got to get it. You know what I mean? Like 3 rents to pay, 3 utilities to pay,
Right.
3 this, 3 that, 3 that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, but no, it's cool though. I'm been in chill mode and I'm about to come out and you guys will hear making some moves here in the next year. So yeah.
We got
Ready,
time for a few more questions. I wanted to ask for those who don't know, what is Artsy by nature?
Artsy by nature. So Artsy by nature is, when you do something to the point where it's in your nature, you get what I'm saying? And it just starts to flow and all that stuff. Then that's Artsy by nature. You know what I mean?
And that's also the name of the shop.
Oh yeah, as far as like LLC wise.
Yeah.
So over here trying to get me
Actually,
deep.
that's crazy. I didn't know. I didn't even know.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
actually
like
that's a dope ass
yeah.
meaning to it for sure.
Yeah, it's funny. It kind of happened. Well, nothing's by accident, right? But I forgot the first name we were going to go under, and we went to go register our business and everything, and they were like, "That's already taken." And the lady looks up to me, and I look at my wife, and I'm like, I was like, what should we call it? You know what I mean? So, and I remember I was gonna print out a shirt, like the old Naughty by Nature.
Yeah.
But it was gonna be Artsy by Nature. Instead of the bat, I was gonna do a paintbrush. I think people have done that already now, but at the time I haven't seen it done. But so now I was just like, well, yeah, fuck it, we just roll with it, you know what I mean? So I just said, Artsy by Nature, you know what I mean? And so, but it stuck though, man, and I completely understand, why it landed in my lap, and so
Going crazy.
Meant to be.
Fuck yeah.
yeah. You guys usually only do an hour, huh, for your podcast? I just realized.
No,
Yeah.
we do.
No?
I mean,
We go
Just
longer.
about an hour. We can go longer. We can go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say yeah.
We've done episodes where we do an hour
Keep it
30.
going.
our longest one was like 2 hours. I
I
think.
was gonna say, what's you guys' bedtime? Again? We didn't even get to the conspiracies that we.
Oh, we're about to get into
we
it.
gotta get into it.
Those are
buddy.
just the questions because we know he had questions for conspiracies. So
Oh, cool, yeah.
we're gonna finish out his questions, then we'll get to this stuff. Yeah.
You're still asking.
No. That
was it?
bro.
Okay.
That's it. We
Go
gotta
ahead.
get on. Yeah, buddy.
This is all Moose
Okay.
waits for.
All right. I know. Okay. Like, since we've been talking about music so much, what is your favorite conspiracy theory in the music industry?
In the music industry,
Shit.
man, where they tell you to create art that is not yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah, where they try and detach you from who you truly are. That's the biggest conspiracy there is in the music industry. You know what I mean? To where they're making you feel like you're creating art, but are you creating art? Or are you just creating what they want you to put out there? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's why like a lot of underground cats, man, we never supported like pop music, top 40, or anything that was attached to the industry because.
Right.
So the moment you take out the passion and the culture out of something, then it's easier to invade. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so one of the biggest invasions is money, the illusion of the success that comes with, hey, if you make a song about this and that, we'll pay you this and that. And and then, unfortunately there's been generations where it's conditioned people to where like you can hear it in the raps nowadays, right? Like, I'm gonna get my bands and this and that, it's like, and then what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
then what?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
For
Like you
real,
go home
man.
and still arguing with your wife and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, it's not real, you know what I mean? It's an illusion. And unfortunately they've invested a lot of money to make people believe that, you know what I mean? And so
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That's
So
such a
it's not
simple concept
conspiracy
too.
if
true,
it's
though.
happening.
Yeah, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That
Yeah.
part too, though. That part too, though.
Yeah, it's just you gotta look at everything as art, man. Because
Yeah.
well, you got to be careful with that too. Like depending on where you're at in art, because it depends on how accurate that is. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like love is a perfect example. A lot of people feel like they're in love just because they're in a relationship, but that doesn't mean that their love is accurate, right? But they're still doing the things that they would do to provide if you were in a real, love relationship, right? Like you would still go to work every day. You would still deal with the, ups and downs and these and that. You still be a provider, right? Like all the, just all the attachment that comes with feeling like you're in love. But then you got a lady that's over there cheating on you, you know what I'm saying? And this and that. So like you really got to like fine tune it. It's an investment, you know what I mean? To find,
Of course.
Yeah.
to find that true source to your
Definitely.
creation, you know what I mean? So
For sure.
in the industry, like I said, is completely took that out of it, took that out of people's creation. So
Right.
Which is so it does speak volumes too, because I see that in I love movies, and then what I hear a lot about like the movie or like the film industry is like when a writer has an idea and then he presents it to a studio, they're like, "We'll take your movie, but we're gonna take out whatever parts we don't want, put in parts that we do want."
yeah.
So I think it happens to a lot of artists too. I mean,
yeah.
in
It's
every facet.
Yeah, it's in every every craft too.
Yeah.
So it's not even just like even tattoos too. Like I bet you if you guys hop on your phone right now, you're gonna see like a tattoo that was executed like very well, but it's like a lady face. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's like all these lady face, tattoos that are going around and stuff like that. Which don't get me wrong, man. Like they're executed very well, but I don't see the artist behind it. Like I don't feel them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and it's just like you can relate that to anything with music and all that stuff. And that's kind of where I was going, at Auntie's house about the whole music thing is it's just it's not coming from source.
Yeah.
So people are recreating what's like in the tattoo industry, for instance, like people are just recreating what like 6 artists are. Like 6 artists are running the tattoo industry right now. You got the crazy abstract looking letters, right, that everybody's doing. And then you got like the lady face tattoos over and over and over that you see, what I'm saying? And then the lady face traditional, the neo trad stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one big soup. And that's why I don't mess with social media, because I don't want to program my art. It's all I don't want to come off as like the old guy, oh, it's fake and all that stuff, but it's not an accurate position. It's not an accurate
like representation of yourself.
Representation of anybody.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like everyone's projecting like the final results.
Yeah.
Everybody's like they'll post a Ferrari, but they won't post like the struggles and the maybe the 2, 3, 4 times that it took to even get the Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's crazy. You're absolutely right.
That's social media, dude.
And people are like, oh, these kids are so entitled. It's like, well, that's all they see. All they see is the final results. You know what I'm saying?
They don't know the work that needs to be put into it.
Yeah, and so they don't see the backside of everything. So it's conditioned a few generations, unfortunately. But
yeah,
I mean, everything happens for a reason, right? Nature always has its way of resetting itself, and and you know what I mean, the things will come back. You know what I mean? It's just running its phase right now. So
and that's something that you just brought to my mind too. Is like I think that's the thing with social media. You see the first thing you see is the final product. You don't get to see everything else that goes behind it. So I think a lot of like young creators, they enjoy showing the process now. Like even when they start like an art piece,
definitely
they have that. So I think like what you said, it's changing. Of course, we kind of have to see the faults in it before we can improve it. So that's something I've been wanting to do too. Is just like at least show everybody our process and like our progress through everything. Because I think especially for us starting out, it's always important for other people to see. It's like, oh yeah, this is what they're doing, and then we can kind of like get inspired by each other, try out some new things, and then I think it's better than just someone that's like, hey, here's my final thing. What do you think?
Here's the false perception of my perfect reality. You know what I mean? But like I mean, like you always like relationships are probably a perfect example as well. You got the 2 couples that are like, oh, my ride or die, my Bonnie and Clyde, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, I just had brunch with y'all and y'all couldn't stop jabbing at each other. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, no respect up in there. But I mean, that's just like a small example, right? Like there's even me too. Like I'm guilty of it, right? Like I just post the final results of my tattoo. And like I don't tell you about like, hey man, when this guy kept moving, like I had to go back and do this or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's Yeah, social media, man. Unfortunately, it has put a big dent in society. You know what I mean? It's just created a whole false perception of.
It's only getting worse too.
Yeah, it will, but like I said, laws of nature, bro. Nothing lasts forever. So like, it's gonna run its course, and it's probably gonna go a lot longer than we want it to, right? Because there's a lot of trillionaires invested into it, but nothing lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? So.
Nothing lasts forever.
Damn, he said it, guys. He said it. We put that on the back of one of our shirts.
Going crazy.
It was one of our capsule drops.
Yeah.
It's dope.
I love that.
It's dope that you said that.
I know. I was like, shit, he did
I mean, yeah, it can come off as deep, but I mean, it's been in our existence since day one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
you see life, when you get to a certain age, from when it's born to like when it completely depletes, this phase. And yeah, it's like everything, like seasons, right? Utah's like a perfect example. Like we see it go from like lively green in the spring and it runs its phase, and then all of a sudden it's back to, dying and coming back later on.
It just happens. It's just a cycle.
Yeah, reincarnation is a real thing, you know what I mean? Like
course.
our seasons are proof of that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
But I think who was it, like Tesla, that had said, like, if you look at everything in terms of energy and vibrations, you'll unlock the secrets to the universe, right? And so, nothing ever really dies, you know what I'm saying? And when I say like, everything goes through its phase, like we don't ever die, you know what I mean? Like we just transfer to another phase. And unfortunately, like these shells were just like renting from nature. You know what I'm saying? And then when it's that time, it's, to give it back, then we transfer to whatever, whoever goes, that's a whole nother like conversation we can have on that too. But they've already proven that like, energy never dies. It just transfers.
Yeah, it just goes.
It's definitely true.
And that'd be kind of ignorant to feel like this is it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like once we are ready to leave, like, I'd be really kind of ignorant to think like, all right, lights off. You know what I mean? Like go sleep forever.
Sure.
You know what I mean? With no memory or anything like that. You know what I mean? So but
Nikola Tesla's fucking crazy, bro. He used to like drive around the building like 3 times and shit before he like walked into places and shit like that. He was on that type of shit, energy shit.
Yeah, no, that is definitely accurate. You know what I mean? Like it could come off as like the crystal ladies, right? Like we think it's like what is you know what I mean? Like witch, but no, man. There's definitely some attachment to like our nature, our laws of nature and everything. You know what I mean? Like even the DNA molecule structure in a crystal, it's the exact same as ours. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if you break that down to, how energy is flowing and things like that would be the most ideal, thing to keep next to you, right? For the ones that do work with you and all that. So
that's crazy.
But do your own research on all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
damn.
Yeah.
Always do your own research.
Yeah,
always.
Don't just believe even what I say. I mean,
you'd be walking around with the wrong crystal, man.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, it really is like that. You know what I mean? It's like the wrong pet, right?
From like all the stuff that you've learned, would you say that there's probably multiple facets where you kind of got this philosophy from, but like, what is your experience with like this train of thought, especially like I feel like it's like spirituality or even diving into Nikola Tesla, like what was that like?
They say it's all about just remembering who you are. You know what I'm saying? We all have this knowledge and information that's embedded in us, which is like it's up to us in this lifetime or however many lifetimes it takes to remember that. You know what I'm
rediscover
saying?
all these things.
Rediscover. We already have all of this written in our DNA since day one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But supposedly in theory, I don't know how accurate this is or where you can even try and look into this, but like supposedly though we did have an agreement to come down here and try and settle out that debt to remember ourselves, and so that's why life is always so challenging and full of like different courses and things like that. But who knows, man? Whatever that is, whatever you guys want to believe, whatever. It's just I think life, just to simplify it, it's about managing your energies and
always
just to tap into that higher consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to make why would you want to make unconscious decisions and then make or why would you want to lean towards more of an unconscious decision, right? So it's like just tapping into all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's really simplify it. But we can get into all the other crazy stuff though. Yeah. I'll be the crazy crystal lady today.
Okay, we'll rapid fire some questions. All right, let's see.
Yeah,
I want to know, we ask all our guests this, or most of them that are down for the conspiracies though, but what is your take on aliens and ancient civilizations.
Oh, ancients and oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
Ancient aliens.
Ancient aliens.
Yeah,
Ancient Laotian.
bro. I think we're the aliens, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you really,
Interstellar type shit.
whatever the way you
not
want
an
to look at it,
alien.
right? Because there's like different dimensions you can look at this. But you know what's funny is just dweebing and just chilling and just I've always just been like a dweeb and outside thinker. But if you think about it, man, like humans are like one of the most unnatural forms of life on this planet.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like the sun is like one of the Earth's most natural form of energy, and we're allergic to it.
Oh shit.
You get what I'm saying? Like we get like burned by it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just like we trip out when we go out to nature, and we're like, oh, water's so beautiful, sunset's so beautiful. Like you see all these animals, man. They just keep it moving, man, because they are part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're part of that cycle, and I think like we brought greed down here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really think that we're the aliens, and I think that's why we're destroying this planet, because even Earth needs an opposition, right? Because everything in this reality that we're existing in is two. It's duality, right? You got the left, right, up, down, black, white. Your DNA too has been broken up into two different strands: white cells, red cells, Earth, sky. You know what I'm saying? Night, day. Everything is two, no matter what. Mind, body. Right, masculine energy, feminine energy, alpha, beta, right, human, Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, right? You know what I mean? But like I said, I just mess around and just with thoughts and just kind of roll these around. But it's funny because I have these conversations with my clients all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I think we're the aliens, man. I think we're the ones. That's why we're destroying this place, because it's like we don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you destroy your home? Like, you don't see any animals out there getting greedy or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was sharing this with one of my clients, and one of my clients actually fired back too. He's like, "Bro, I heard this theory that we were actually from Mars, and that's why we're trying to go back, but we had completely depleted that planet, and that's why it's red."
That makes sense.
Because it's like dead.
That's fucking sick.
And so he's like, our last take of survival was to come out here, but we were having a hard time adapting. And I said, bro, that's probably where the whole monkey theory came from, right?
Yeah.
Because if our species was like having a hard time existing, you know what I'm saying? Like we'd have to like try and splice our DNA with like, I don't know, another animal that was like, you know what I mean, is closer to our form. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, man, like these are just ideas and thoughts that I play around with just to open people's minds up. But who knows? Who really knows? You know what I'm saying? But makes sense, but doesn't mean it's true.
So many ways you can go about it, especially when you're trying to retrack human history. Like,
oh yeah,
impossible.
Like the whole Anunnaki thing, you know what I mean? Like,
Anunnaki thing. That's the train that I'm on right now.
Yeah, and it's funny because we're still living that lifestyle. Like we're still slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like if the Anunnaki had built us to like help build, and structure like their colonization, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny because we're still doing the same thing, but for other people. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just makes you feel like you live in a fucking ant farm. And then there's like a guy that has like control of the ants and control of the structure, and it's just like the system. It just feels like a system.
But yeah, it is because like even the media is owned by like I think 6, billionaires. So that just lets you know it's completely biased. You know what I'm saying? With all the information out there that's being released, you telling me that you know what I'm saying? Like they only choose to release a certain amount of information out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's a lot. Like even just health industry, right? Like that's all owned by some trillionaires and things like that, It's funny, like when COVID was going down, my first thoughts were like, I've never once heard anybody talk about like health.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
because
bro.
me being like big into health, you know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, all these people are just like running and waiting for this shot. You know what I'm saying? But like I've never once heard the news say like, yo, let's get out there and get some sun. Like let's go exercise. Like let's start eating cleaner. Like let's start doing things where your mind isn't gonna like,
They almost said the exact opposite.
Oh,
100%.
Stay your ass inside.
Yeah, don't talk to nobody.
Stay inside.
Don't talk to anybody. You stay your ass inside. Don't go anywhere.
I remember there was even a debate about like people would take a walk in a park and they're like, you're not supposed to be outside. But I'm like, bro, you're not going to be rubbing faces up against people at the freaking park.
I mean, like, even if they were right, like, fuck that. You want to go walk to the park or walk
Exactly.
to the park?
Yeah.
Did you catch COVID?
No, never, bro.
See?
I
I never catch COVID either.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Me neither.
Going crazy.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Look at
us.
He looks
Tomorrow, huh? Be like, hey, motherfucker, I got
like,
COVID, bro.
guys, I'm fucked.
Oh hell no! I gotta make it to Japan. I can't.
COVID's
do that.
like ready.
No, but that's the
Are
thing,
you ready
though.
now?
But look, that's the thing, though, is when you're invested into your health, it's never a waiting game. You just know you're not going to get sick. 'Cause
Right.
You know your body well. You know what I mean? When you start investing into it, and you don't need to worry about a lot of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was moving freely through that whole thing
Same.
because I was just like, nah, man, like, if I do get sick, then obviously it was meant to happen. But, bro, I kept it moving that whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, I never
I don't
got
think
sick,
I took
nothing,
one
bro.
day off during COVID. Everyone was at home chilling, work from home type
Damn,
shit. I
man.
was in the smoke shop every single fucking day.
Yeah.
Bro.
Props to you.
People were still coming in too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know,
they
so
said that
it's
they
like-
would find us if they seen anybody. And
Yeah.
I still found a way.
They were
to,
saying
you know,
all that
hustle.
shit, man. I was still in there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, damn, because like the first thing, like I remember when they closed us down, like service industries for I think it was like a month. Like the first thing we got was like an email from our landlord. You know, saying he's like, "Hey, don't forget, like rent's due." I'm like,
No, hell no.
yeah,
He's like, bro.
like we know, bro.
He said, "Hey,
You know
don't
what I mean?
forget, rent is still due."
Yeah, yeah. But it was funny though. You know what I mean? But we just, my wife and I, we like actually started laughing. We're like, "No, we get you, man." But yeah, it's just funny. But yeah, no, it's just nobody, you know, invests into health anymore, like ever, like even after COVID. You know what I'm saying? But that's all goes back to what we said is all just conditioning. You know what I mean? Like even me, I was like, I'm from that cereal era, like where I thought that was a proper breakfast. You know what I mean? Like dairy and sugar. You know, what I'm
Dude,
saying?
even
Like,
us too. Yeah, I found out way too late.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm definitely making some changes though, breaking those cycles in my own household. You know what I mean? Like I've been on plant based for it's gonna be 7 years.
Oh,
in
no
March.
way.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
For you guys.
Yeah, so.
That's what I had no
Going
idea.
crazy.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is like because I kept hearing like, "What you do for protein? What you do for protein?" But I was like, "Bro, like you're running to beef and chicken for protein, but like your cow eats grass all day, so you're like pretty much eating recycled protein." You get what I'm saying? Like, why
Yeah.
not just go straight to the source? And chickens too, they just eat grains all day and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, why don't I just eat grass and grains? You know what I'm saying? Like,
So that's what you're doing in the house, grass and green. You're not doing like the impossible meats and shit.
nah, but like, don't get me wrong. Like once in a while, my wife's like, "Hey, you know, I made spaghetti out of Beyond or whatever, Impossible meat." Or I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." You know, as long as you balance and you know,
Right.
your body can push it all out as long as you give it time to, right?
Right.
So but if you're eating it every day, then obviously, you know, like you're just contaminating your body over and over and over. So,
That's wild to me because all the family parties and then you've been there. I'm like, I didn't realize that
yeah,
you didn't
you never
eat.
see me
yeah.
eating. Yeah, I just
I
watch
didn't even
everybody.
think about
I'll walk up and grab like a handful of sticky rice, and then
Yeah.
that's it all night, bro.
Even at
That's
my place
crazy.
during the revolt thing, like it was like I just thought,
Bro, those burgers though, man. Oh man,
Yeah, bro.
I like,
was
my
a-
discipline's on point when it comes to food, but actually not this year. But dude, when I saw those burgers, I was like,
somebody came in clutch. That's an
bro, I was like, somebody eat all of this, otherwise, like I'm probably gonna smack this down when people aren't looking. You know?
Yeah, everybody got so hyped when they saw it. They're like, oh shit,
Bro, yeah. Not hype enough, bro. There was like 3 boxes left, bro. I was
We
like,
could only eat so much. Dude, I gained weight from those 2 weeks, man. I was eating nonstop. So
yeah,
I should have took a
I've been
page
on
from
this
your
whole
book.
year. Yeah, like I said, I've been going through my rounds, bro. Like I
Mhm.
have not been good at all, but I'm coming
Yeah.
out of it right now.
Same.
Me too, man. Thanksgiving fucked me up, man. I love Thanksgiving.
See, I
Favorite
usually
holiday.
got disciplined through all that too, because like I don't eat turkey or things like that. And I'm trying to eat strictly like vegetables and things like that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I usually have discipline throughout the holidays, but nah, man. This year, bro, I definitely
It's your chance to
getting beat up.
indulge. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like,
You're slowing
like I said,
down, man.
Well, I understand, like you can't always be on top. You know what I mean? Like you got to
Right.
go through rounds and then just got to reappreciate things,
Yeah.
things like
for
that.
sure.
And the only way for you to do that is if you go down again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
That's so true.
That actually helps a ton to hear because I've been
Yeah.
so down on myself sometimes.
yeah, but don't be using that as an excuse. Man. Like,
Yeah.
because me, I've been on top for like 6 years. You know what I mean, with my health, and then. Yeah, last year I started drinking a little bit and here and there, and then those things started like slipping into like, oh, let's go grab something to eat, and then now I'm completely like, I've been down this year. Like I can feel it in my body, like my accuracy is not there. You know what I mean? Like, but normally like when I'm sharp, like my accuracy, everything is just like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? And my energy levels are crazy.
Yeah.
Like I've been falling asleep. You know what I mean? Like at 9 now, I'm just like,
Ooh.
like I'm surprised I'm not yawning tonight, bro. Like, but yeah, no, I'm getting back up there though. Like you gotta make your rounds, you know what I mean? So yeah,
For sure. I feel like that too, man. I'm trying to get back to that too.
No,
Trying
you
to
will,
get
man.
back to feeling good like that too, for sure.
Yeah,
You've been doing good too, man. Though.
No, for
Like,
sure, definitely. But I mean, I could always be doing better.
Oh yeah.
Always be
Energy
doing
wise,
better,
man.
yeah,
Energy
yeah.
wise, I want my energy to be right back up there again. Just like as you were saying, I want to be sharp.
You see, that's why I started eating like fruits and vegetables because like those foods are like vibrant, bro. Like they're colorful. That means they're full of energy. So you got to put that in our bodies, you know. And the way I was distributing my energy, like I was saying earlier, like my kids, my wife, the businesses and bills, numbers, you know, inventory, fix shit, you know, something breaking down at the house, fix that. You know what I mean? Like it's just you got to put real energy back into your body.
All of that
be
depletes.
dispersing it.
All of that
yeah.
depletes your
That's
energy,
why
for
you
sure.
see people like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Teleporting.
yeah. Yo, that one I was just burnt though, man. Yeah. It's funny. Teleporting.
That's crazy.
That is
dude.
praying. Huh? Yeah, it's
Bro, you guys think Keith D really killed Tupac?
who knows, man?
I have
Yeah.
no. That happened when I was like
I mean,
barely out.
Growing up, everybody was like, Suge did it, bro. Like,
No.
Suge did it. Suge the wild one. But
I think it's
who
Diddy.
knows? You know?
I think it was Diddy too.
Diddy's
I was
crazy,
literally
though.
about to say that all that shit coming to light with Diddy. I feel like Diddy killed Tupac.
yeah,
and
all the
Biggie.
fingers are pointed that
And
way, right?
Biggie.
But-
And
he's
Biggie,
he's the
too.
only he benefited the most out of the death.
Yeah, for sure. Man.
Because he's been making money off of his music, and I'm regurgitating information here, but yeah, he's been making money off his music for as longer than that dude's been alive, which is crazy to me.
yeah, that's crazy.
And also those dudes, I thought they were like, when you look at them, you think they're a lot older, but they're like 24, 25.
I know huh?
Right?
They look like some grown ass men. when you
Yeah.
see them, right? Yeah, and they're like, barely 24 and all that.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's what society created, bro. It created men at the age of like 12, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like back then, like life was different back then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
my brother and I were just talking about. That's why I labeled that mix, the 49th Street Galleria vibes, because a lot of those songs that were playing, it was funny. My brother was like, you know, we were talking about how 49th Street Galleria was back then, and you know, he was explaining to one of our other big homies that runs KRCL. He was like, yeah, we had this cool roller skating spot. And I was like, yeah, you know, and I was explaining ours, and I was like, it was like ATL, like literally like out here, like that movie ATL.
hard,
Yeah.
Bro,
hard.
They played all those
The
jams, man.
vibes.
Yeah, they had all
Yeah.
these just cool ass people getting down on roller skates and everything. But
Mhm.
I remember like fighting a lot over there. You know what I mean? And I remember my brother got a pair of new Grant Hills, and like somebody tried to steal them. You know what I mean? And so we had to like throw down and whatever.
Going
But,
crazy.
yeah, but that's just how things were back then. And you know, like I said, it's a lot different nowadays. So you had to grow up a little bit faster back then, for sure.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
lifestyles were a lot different.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, man. These kids though, they got crazy challenges, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's a new set of challenges
Yeah,
for sure.
new
yeah.
set of challenges.
Like I'd rather
for
go
sure.
through the bully shit all day. You know what I mean? But
Honestly, yeah.
yeah, these kids is crazy, man. Like, man, they gotta protect their identity if they know their identity. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta figure out if you want to be a animal or a human. You know what I'm saying? Or like, yeah, you know what I mean? He, she, they, them, whatever. But
And
all day.
like with
crazy, bro.
I
Like,
just remember I tried to relate it to when I was growing up, because I'm not that much older than like the younger generation. I'm only 28 now. And when we were coming up, social media was starting to really like become something, because those dangers were always there.
Yeah.
Like strangers, identity theft, fucking people just blasting you online. That stuff was there, but we were still out just fucking living life. But now I can't even imagine being a parent and also being a kid in this generation. Like it's
yeah,
you don't know how to. There's no what's discernment anywhere.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
and you don't have very much time to learn
yeah.
until shit you have to deal with some bullshit.
Yeah, I see my kids go through that phase too. Because like my wife and I, we're still pretty old school, so we never really got them into like social media. Plus, like you know, our kids, we dragged them everywhere through our business investments and all that. So they were there like helping us too, like clean, paint.
Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, they're great kids, man.
Yeah.
And then I think it was a few years ago though, but they all got phones from one of the aunties for Christmas. And as they were unwrapping them, my wife and I looked at each other. It was like,
Oh shit.
oh damn! It was like, yo, you ready for this, man? Like it was like this lady, man. So
I'm glad you talk about it like that too, because it's like it's giving them fucking the power of the universe.
hey, and then guess what? Yeah, it all went downhill from there. As far as they start getting in trouble for things that I never even thought you could get in trouble for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, don't get me wrong though. Like I said, my kids they're cool, man.
Yeah,
they're
good kids.
Yeah, they're definitely turning into teenagers, so they don't require like our energy. Like that was another big adjustment this year too. Was like, you know, we always kicked it with our kids. Like every time we come home, we're like, hey, kids, you know, let's do this. And but then now they're like, you know, they're too cool. And so,
Oh my god! Even being
reals,
being the uncle when you notice that stuff,
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
like, "Fuck, man, are you serious?"
Yeah.
They used to like sit there and hang out with us, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, like they're like, "I'm gonna rather go over here." I'm like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
You got a
like-
phone.
It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
That
I mean,
stress.
it's part of it.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of it for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, because now they got to see like what other uncles are like, and I mean now you're just like the basic uncle now. You know what I mean? So, but
it's like,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
Man.
Even me too. Like I think I'm a pretty cool dad. Like I imagine me being in my kid's position. You know what I mean? Like, damn, you know, your dad does tattoos and
Yeah.
DJs.
Yeah.
Like he's a
Right.
kind of a nerd. You know what I mean? But and then like even that's not cool enough. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's like, what is it gonna take?
yeah, for real. What is it gonna
You
take
got to get on your phone
to be
now.
cool? Yeah, for real.
You gotta be a
I gotta go
YouTuber.
get the latest iPhone.
You gotta start doing TikTok dances, man.
It's like, dude, you're in a Mr. Beast video. What the hell?
Yeah, no.
Something crazy.
But yeah, no, that's it's real talk though, man. Like, yeah, technology, man. It's unfortunate thing about technology. We created something that's so convenient that we don't even need ourselves. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
With AI and all that shit, we don't have to think for ourselves no
Exactly,
more.
man.
Type shit.
just
Yeah,
more
for sure.
things to become detached from who we
Yeah.
are. You know,
That's
what I mean?
true.
So like, I just barely started using GPS like 3 years ago, man.
Wow.
And yeah, it's crazy. Like, and then when I tell some of my clients that, they're just like, I never not like used it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
I was like,
true.
yeah, we used to be like, hey, you see a fire hydrant, make a left there. You know, what I mean? You see a white fence, make a right there.
Uh-huh.
And pull up and I'll come out. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, it's different. But like I said, though, they come with their own challenges. Like the kids, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they definitely have just like a whole. I think they got, if anything, more challenges than we do.
Most def.
Yeah, ours was just
Yeah.
like, you know, dodge the bully and you know, don't join gangs and
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, drugs, stay
out of
away
trouble.
from that. Yeah. Now
Did
it's
all
like
of
it's in- yeah.
They said stay away from all that. I did everything.
Yeah, it's true though.
He was like,
But that's how we learn.
Checklist.
At the same
Yeah.
time, that's all we had to do is learn. We learn from all of those things, right?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
experiences make your
Yeah.
word that definitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and with the, you know, rise of AI and just having, you know, all this information available,
Yeah.
we don't even know who's like posting that stuff to
Yeah.
say it's
Mhm.
real. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'd rather
True.
go out there and do it myself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, if you tell me the pot's, you know, too hot to touch, I don't want to hear that. Like, I'm gonna go right and touch it and see
Yeah.
it for myself. You know what I mean? Then I'll be like, okay, you're right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But then now I know. You know, what I mean? I
Yeah,
got that
yeah.
experience and
Yeah.
the, you know what I mean?
It's true.
The whole attachment of that. So instead of just being like, yeah, you know, I Googled once that if you touch something over 300 or something degrees, you're going to get burned. You know what I'm saying? Like, that
Yeah.
sounds
Mhm.
like
Crazy.
square. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
live in the, like we said, we live in the age of information, but we also live in the age of convenience.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
This
that's
comes
what
with
it's
the AI, the rise of AI.
yeah, the rise of AI and tech and are we in the golden era? Are we in the golden age?
It's always golden, man.
Is it-
goods and bads and everything, right?
Yeah,
in the
true.
golden
Yeah.
age of
Yeah.
like technology and shit.
I don't know. I feel like it just keeps on getting faster and faster.
Yeah.
Like I remember for like an example is like the PlayStation. I remember having a PS2 or PS1 for years, or for the first part of my childhood, PS2 for the rest of my like, the
Yeah.
back half of my
Played
childhood.
that shit for like 5, 10 straight
Yeah,
years,
man.
type shit.
And then now it's just like, oh, the new fucking PlayStation's coming out this year.
PlayStation
And then
10.
The next 2 years, 3 years, another PlayStation
Yeah.
coming
Yeah,
out. Like,
it's
what
crazy.
the fuck?
And I feel like, you know, with all these electric cars that are coming out, it's going to be the same thing, bro. You're going to buy like a
Yeah.
nice ass, you know, whatever electric car, and all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh, the upgrade next year. You know,
It's
you're
like,
gonna be
it's like Apple.
yeah, exactly.
Apple's
iPhone.
fucking
Electric
famous.
cars are going
I
to
ain't
be
touching no
turning
electric
into
car.
Yeah,
Stay away from that.
Me too.
Yo, the only reason why I want to buy one is because I know like 5 years from now they're all going to be like $100K and up. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
that's true.
just get one while it's
That's
kind of like
true.
in the 50s and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
you said what though?
It's just I don't like like having people have control over stuff that I'm doing. So like, yeah, Tesla can turn off your car anytime.
So I say you better throw that phone away, bro.
See, but we need that though.
He said, I'm gonna need that.
I
one.
don't
helps
need
run,
that.
it helps run the business.
and we gonna need.
I
that
trust the
car pretty
Koreans.
soon.
I don't trust Apple. I don't got an iPhone.
Yeah, that's true. You are true to that. I conformed. So.
Yeah, no, that's real talk. That's my dad. He was trying to sell his truck, and I learned how to drive in that truck, and it's an old school 72 C10 Chevy pickup, and yeah, bro, I'm gonna convert that. I'm gonna convert that to an electric car.
To an electric
Damn,
car.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
just
Dang.
slam it, bro. and just
Yeah.
chill,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's dope.
But yeah, just because I don't want any like weird attachment to like you said, man. Like one day they're gonna be like, oh, here's another outbreak, and then you know how they were like kind of tripping about people like driving out on the road during that one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this time they're gonna be able to shut you down. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
So,
For real.
yeah, that's why I discovered too, like these electric cars, man. They're gonna have like logins and all that stuff. Like that's crazy to me, man. Like I don't want that.
Like even more connected to you.
Yeah,
or
It's just so
yeah.
scary that you
That's
can even
wild.
get logged out and you can't even turn on your car.
You see what I
Yeah.
mean, man?
Yeah, and they, like
what's the point of that? You know,
it's like why pay all that that much money to not even be able to drive your car or keep it parked, you know, and then you have to go pay to get stuff replaced. And
I was literally walking out the smoke shop, and this dude walked out at the same time, and he literally held his phone up to the Tesla, and that shit unlocked.
yeah.
Oh,
I was
Yeah.
like, bro, what the fuck? I was like, did you just unlock your fucking Tesla with the fucking phone? And he was
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro.
Now imagine you lost your phone.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, bro, what the fuck? This is crazy.
No, that happens, you know.
Dude, 100%.
I can't even call like an old criminal friend because he's like, I don't even know, bro. Technology stuff. I can't even break into your car.
It's
you know?
crazy. That's
You need
they're
a laptop.
They're tapping into that too now. I seen a video where they have like this receiver now that will actually tap into the signals and it'll open up the car. And you can hijack that bitch.
Yeah, I heard in the
From
black
Batman
market
shit.
that
Yeah,
they're you can actually like hack into people's
Yeah,
apps.
you can hack into
'Cause you know
all
how
of
people
that
have
shit.
phone apps to start
Yeah.
their cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So like they
That's
can do
wild.
that to open it and start
Open
and all
it, take off with it. It's crazy.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
you know.
shit.
Yeah.
Never getting a Tesla now.
That is crazy.
Well, that's how they do it. They force you to get one, right? They give
Yeah.
all the other cars except for Tesla, and then you'll be driving in a Tesla with everybody else.
There's better smart cars though, like tech cars, like electric cars
Most definitely.
Oh,
that
yeah.
are way cheaper for what you get from a Tesla.
Tesla is the Apple of
Yeah.
electric cars. In the next
Oh,
4 or
100%.
5 years, there's going to be affordable, much better electrical cars.
Go get a
coming out.
Prius.
Toyota's
Yeah.
going to have one.
Go get a Hyundai.
Honda's going to have one.
Even Hyundai has
Yeah,
one.
Hyundai's
like
gonna.
the
Hyundai already has
40,000.
one.
That one's
Subaru
sick,
already
though.
has.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
I can
one.
mess with that.
Mercedes
Yeah.
is pretty fire though.
The Mercedes one
Yeah.
is crazy. The Mercedes one is crazy because they got like speakers on the outside of the car, making it sound like your car's revving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What
it's,
the
it's crazy.
There's no engine.
bro. There's no
Yeah. No
engine. in
revving.
that bitch. So
That
they got,
sounds worse
they got,
than
Well, you
they
know
got
what it
speakers
is.
on the outside now.
Need for Speed 2. That's what I'll be playing.
It's crazy,
You
bro.
can buy a new sound.
Well, the reason why I heard they started doing that because a lot of people can't hear the vehicles and they get swiped.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
So now they
that's
started putting
crazy.
speakers outside the car as an exhaust.
I'm
so-
just evil. I'm just like,
I feel so toy, bro. Like revving a speaker for an exhaust. You know? 'Cause I'm straight from that, like cut your springs and you know what I mean, like slam your car and poke a hole in your exhaust.
bro, if that was the case, I'll just download like the Mario Kart sounds.
Collecting coins on the road.
When I get a green light, the fucking item roller comes on.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Man.
On your windshield, the guy with the turtle that's on the cloud, he comes up and pulls it up.
He
He's on
comes
your
out
windshield.
with his camera.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Damn,
All
that's
right.
crazy, bro.
So
I've
we
learned
do-
a lot from you, bro.
No,
Damn.
this is what I was
We
telling.
have to have you on again.
No,
bro.
I was literally telling.
100%.
Fuck.
I was literally telling him, I was like, yeah, I've been waiting to ask him to get on the podcast because I was waiting for Moose's wedding. And I was like, yeah, I'll wait until then. But for 2 months, I was sitting there, like, man, I should ask him now. And then I was like, all right. He walked over, and I was DJing. And then I was like, hey, I need you on the podcast. He's like, I'm down. Whatever we talk about.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah,
yes.
man.
Which
So-
is so crazy.
Always
We
down.
I like I know we've known you for so long, but it's always crazy when you're like, yeah, for sure, we'll go on.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
like because our relationship, like we've known each other forever, but it's always like a family function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like in a sense, you know what I mean, like can't ever like really get loose. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
because me, like I kick it with your pops. You know what I mean? Things like that, and so. I definitely have to like keep my composure sometimes. But over here, yeah, you got real Lek right here, man. So,
Yeah.
We're gonna need a Leki part 2 for sure.
And then we go all in on conspiracy.
We do it at the shop. And then
Might have to
you
do
got to
it
get a
at the shop.
tattoo.
Yeah,
I'll get a
you
tat-
might, you might have to.
Not you. Him.
I'm sorry, my sunglasses.
like you guys about to what'd you say? Astroplane again? What was it? You guys about to,
Teleport.
you guys about to
teleport
teleport
right
We
now.
teleported.
Yeah, no, like, we can go for however long, man. Like I'm used to these because you know, like I said, I chop it up for like hours. You know,
Yeah.
tattooing people, and
Yeah.
man, it's funny, man. Like, man, we get really deep, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
There's
bet.
like, yeah, there's like really cool conversations, man.
Yeah, I know, man. When you tattoo someone for 4 hours or more, you definitely gotta keep the conversation going and
Yeah.
and know how to talk to people and shit. And I can tell now, man. you know how to go, man.
I'm like blah 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 blah. Blah. But
This is what we like.
So we love it.
Yeah.
We love it.
we should I was telling Bo, man, we gotta get Bo. Bo is actually like what's the name now? Bo York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause I
Muggsy
keep-
Bo.
Yeah, I keep calling him Goobers, man.
Yeah,
because that
Goober,
was
DJ
like-
Goobers.
Yeah, but
Old school.
yeah, dude, that's another cat that we got like a lot of history, man. Like if you're interested
Really?
in that 97 to 01 like DJ phase right there, like Bo was right there, like with me in my house.
Yeah.
Like I would call him over, like, cause he was curious to get into DJing and all that stuff, and I was like, bro, I got all the equipment, everything. Like whenever you want to link up, we'll do it. And then I think it was his first year in Granger, and so yeah, we just kept talking about DJing. And I was like DJing at the little poetry jams that they had over there at Granger and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
And
crazy that you mentioned Bo because like when I was listening to your mix, I was like, man, this kind of have like the same shit that Bo be doing, like the same cuts and the same old school shit. That,
Yeah, it's all hip hop.
Yeah, you know all that shit
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that you had on that
Yeah,
on that mix. It sounded like some shit that I would hear like Bo doing in the club.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the cool thing about Bo is like he's never stopped. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Since that
Sure.
whole phase, man. Like we had this funny moment one time where he's like, "Yeah, bro, remember the Malibus?" And then right when he said that, like instantly, I was like, "Oh man," because I remember my brother had moved to California when I was in high school, so I took over his room, and that's where like our decks were and everything. And so like, I invited Bo to come by, and he came by, and I remember, I don't know where I had that bottle from, but I was like, "Yo, you down to sip?" And then he's like, he just kind of looked at me. He's like, "Yeah, what you got, man?" And so I went and like, pulled that bottle from
You
under
got the
the bed.
Malibu.
Yeah, it was a Malibu bottle, bro. And so like we just got tore up and we were just like chilling and DJing all night. And yeah, he still remembers that, man.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Man.
Malibu is the white bottles, right?
Yeah.
Is it the
Yeah,
white
back then it
bottle?
was. I think now I seen like lavender looking ones. And, like,
Yeah, of
They got all the
course.
flavors now.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to sell
That's
yourself
crazy.
on the shelf. So,
Yeah.
That's another old moment too. Like I remember like there couldn't even have been like a super Walmart back then because there just wasn't that many flavors. You know what I mean? Like the chip aisles, bro, is like
Yeah.
damn. Before it was like I don't know, maybe like 20 feet. Now it's like
Mhm.
3 different aisles. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Oh my God.
But yeah, even the liquor store too is starting to.
Well, it's a lucrative business.
yeah,
Like shit, all the celebrity like liquor brands that you see nowadays, it's just wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's hopping on it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All day.
but yeah,
Well, we have one last thing. It's the segment where we do Chef Special. So it's free game to our viewers. Any personal things that you took in your life that you would like anyone to know?
Some advice.
Yeah.
Some free game.
let's see, man. There's a lot, you know what I mean? But I think for anybody out there that's experiencing discomfort where they feel like, there's some energy out there that's, ready to pull them forth, man, like, man, don't be scared, man. Make that leap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Time is now, bro. Like, what are you going to do? Wait 10 years from now to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
so yeah, man, if you're feeling that buzz, man, just take that leap. I think the problem with us is that we have been conditioned to think that taking a risk means losing something. But what if we were to reprogram people to think that, whatever it is that you're losing is the old version of yourself? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like taking risks actually doesn't mean you're taking a risk. It just means you're creating opportunity for yourself.
Yes.
And I think if people can really get, that embedded into their head to where you're not losing anything,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And to where you're just creating opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll understand that like it's just whatever you want the outcome to be, it's just on you, however hard you want to work for it,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong though, there's some, like I said, when I said trust the timing of certain things, sometimes it isn't your time, but sometimes it is, but you'll know when it is, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so
Definitely.
and if you're feeling that buzz, man, make that leap because that's your time. That's your
Yeah.
time telling you that it's time to outgrow that pot and hop
Yeah.
into a bigger one. You know what I
I
mean?
definitely
Yeah.
feel that, man. I
Yeah.
feel that. It's like
So many people-
snakes when they shed their skin and shit. type
Yeah.
Shit,
Mhm.
It's like coming into something else.
End of one
Right.
chapter onto the next.
Yeah.
It's always a phase.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's
one.
beautiful.
I love that one.
Yeah, it's just I see so many, even just through my own clientele. People are stuck. You know what I mean? They
Mhm.
need that push. They need that drive, and
Yeah.
really they have it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
we've just been molded and conditioned by fear.
Mhm.
You know, we fear is nothing, bro. It's an illusion. It's like time, right? Like what is fear?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like what is fear, bro? It's nothing. It's you telling yourself you can't do something, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been, conditioned by it since day one. Like, oh, like I said, don't touch the pot. It's hot. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I gotta go and touch it and feel see if it's hot for myself. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it's people gotta just get out there and do it, man. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want something, get out there and go and do it, man.
For real.
Like you're your only limit. So you know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit.
That was a
thank
good
you.
one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Leki, thank you for all the game and the insight
Thank you
gave
guys,
to
bro.
us, bro.
No, I felt like I was dweebing, bro. Like,
No, you're good.
no.
We love it.
We love it when anyone
man,
feels
we
like they
could do
can
this
come
for
out here.
hours, bro.
Yeah.
But the cameras, I don't know.
Hey,
cameras, man.
See, humans number one. Bro.
No, but for real, Leki, thank you for coming on and sharing your story with us and your journey and just giving us some free game and insight, man. I feel like I learned a lot.
A lot.
I'm gonna enjoy listening to this episode. I know our viewers are gonna enjoy listening to it. So thank you
round
again,
two, man.
brother.
Yeah, I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it too. So if you guys do consider having me on again, man. I'm all
it's,
in.
it's a must.
We're gonna do a shop one. We're gonna come in and do a shop
It's a
one.
must.
If that's fine with you.
Yeah, of course, man.
We like to change the scenery every once in a while.
Yeah,
so
yeah. No.
it would be
Who gets the tattoo then?
all of us.
Instead of you two.
Hey, let me get one, man.
Yeah, he's got to
Let me get one, man.
He's all talk. He's
Haram.
not gonna get one. It's haram.
Haram.
Hey, man.
It's haram.
This a Leki original, man. we gonna repent for this one.
Oh man! But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Leki, for being here.
Thank you, bro.
Episode
guys.
45 of Off the Menu Podcast.
I'm going
Peace out,
crazy
y'all.
for y'all.
Peace.
Thank you so much.
We got to teleport.
Word of the day: teleport. Don't teleport. Please.
Shout out, y'all, man. Going crazy. Thank you so much.